Bangladesh record their first win with a boundary.
We won it in 2018, so after the last 2020-22, so we even couldn't reach the semi-final, but still I think it was a very good memory for us that we can look up to.
What a start, what an excellent start this is.
Because we have been waiting for so long, so this is one of the great opportunity for us which we got, and I hope we'll come strong, we'll bounce strong and just give our best and play a good cricket.
We're pleased and happy to see what has happened.
I hope this is a very big opportunity for the team. Definitely before World Cup it would be a very good preparation, and we can see how our team going on.
When I first joined, we were barely beating teams like Kuwait, and we were getting smashed by teams like Nepal. And to be where we are now, making Asia Cup the second time and beating a team like Nepal to make it into this, we've worked really, really hard to get up to where we are now.
Bangladesh have the semi-finals in sight. They need to win in order to secure that spot and win well, ideally to make sure that they don't leave fate in the hands of the evening fixture. They'd be up and about after pushing Thailand aside and picking up their first win in 2024. On the same day, Malaysia struggled. They were at the receiving end of the wrong side of a record-breaking result against Sri Lanka. Can they bounce back? Like we heard from their captain. We're ready to close out the group stage with the semi-finals still very much alive. It's Bangladesh against Malaysia, and the two captains ready for the toss now with Isabel Joyce.
Well, it's another hot day here in Dambulla. Well, every day is hot, and it's been a long group stage. We're finally at the end, and we have Bangladesh against Malaysia. I have the two captains alongside. It's Nigar Sultana, and we have Winifred Durasingham for Malaysia, and of course, third umpire, Michelle Pereira, sorry. So, toss for Nigar, take it away.
We like to bat first.
Okay, so come in front of me here. You've won the toss, you're going to bat first. What was the thinking behind that?
I think the wicket looks so good, and we have seen how our batters batted in the last games, and we really wanted to put some score in the board before the big games.
You have some senior players coming into the squad. One came in last game. For you, having them around the group, has that been some solace coming into this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. See, when the seniors are around, it makes my job so easy, and they are so experienced and they know how to deal with everything. So it's pretty easy for the others also.
We know you need to win this game, but are you going to shuffle the batting order at all, or the team?
Not at all. We just counted this game also equally important, because we know we just like to execute our game plan here, and we respect the opponents, whoever it is. We are not taking them lightly.
So same team?
Yeah, so we have one change, and we were going to give race to Marufa, and in place of Marufa, Jaharara comes in.
Okay, thank you so much. Best of luck in the game.
Thank you.
Winnie, are you happy to bowl first?
Yeah, we were ready for both, but we wanted to bat as well, looking at a good track today, but we were ready to go for both.
You're coming into this game without a win. What was the chat before coming out today?
We just talked to the girls and told them to bounce back and come back strong for today's game, as it's the last game for us, and hope we give our best and play some good cricket today.
Any team news?
Yeah, we got one new girl, one debutant, which is Irina Bear. And we got two changes, which is Aisha as well coming in, and Anushri, and one more out.
And we'll find out when we get the team sheets.
Amalin.
Okay. Thank you very much. Best of luck in the match. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
So the news from the middle, Bangladesh have won the toss. They're going to bat first.
Yeah, seems to be the way to go for teams winning the toss here in Dambulla. Marina Iqbal's joined me, so too Athar Ali Khan. Athar, first reaction, a much more confident, relieved Bangladesh side after their first win in 2024, batting first today in a big game.
Yeah, I think it's important for them to realize to get into a winning momentum, and they've won quite comfortably the last match, and they're expected to win quite handsomely in this match too. But batting first, you get your batting.
One
really
change
well.
as we looked at Bangladesh team. A third, Jahan Alam, senior player back. Marufa rested as per Jyoti.
Yeah, I think that's a good move because you would want to see the right combination going together for the semi-finals if they go on to play a win today and then qualify. 25 wickets, leading wicket taker in the Dhaka Women's Premier League. So that's a good call.
All right, Malaysia make a couple of changes. Also hand in a debutant. Dhanushri, she dropped a catch of Chamari Altapattu. She's paid a price, Marina Iqbal.
Well, definitely. I mean, yeah, you need to be very clinical against bigger oppositions. But again, they need to work really harder. It's a good opportunity to end their tournament and campaign on a high.
Now this surface, batting first, at least when India have batted, Sri Lanka have batted, it's given us a lot of runs. It's been a good surface. So let's go back in the middle and find out more on today's pitch.
Very hot day and it is also quite humid, but the good news is we got a very strong breeze blowing across from that Ibanka to a lake. Now as for the surface, before that let me remind you that the dimensions are 59, so that's good as well. But as for the surface, I see it as a very, very firm surface and even, and also actually no foot marks or nothing at all to worry about, no cracks as well. So it looks a good surface where the batters, wherever they spend time, like yesterday, we did see the Pakistan openers, they did get runs. The Indian middle order was very good. So wherever anybody willing to spend some time on this surface, they are going to prosper because there is no wear and tear as far as I could see. But Izzy, you're with me. Just tell me, what are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, it looks like a really good batting deck. And as you say, you need to spend time. I'm not surprised Bangladesh chose to bat first because the one thing that it has is there's going to be some turn. I do think it'll stay a little bit lower as well. So for the spinners that Bangladesh have, they can defend pretty much anything. They'll want to score big, but even if it's 100, 120, it will turn. But it'll be slow turn. So you need to be full. It needs to be about 4 metres because if you get any shorter, you can go on the back foot and play anywhere you like. So spin will be good. Make sure it's full. And if you get the flight nice, then you might get some bounce as well.
Good decision to bat first?
Definitely.
Right, so that's the story from the middle.
Many thanks to Roshan Abhay-Singhe and Isabel Joyce with the pitch report. And as we just look at where the points table stands, you've got India and Pakistan securing a semi-final spot in Group A. We close action out in Group B today. Now let's just recap what happened yesterday or in Dambola. India yet again flexing some muscle, Atar Ali Khan, brushing aside another opposition in the form of Nepal. Shefali Verma's form is something that all oppositions will take note of. Breathtaking 81 of 47 yesterday.
Well, it's not only India who's living up to the reputation, it's also Shefali Verma who's shown how good this surface is. You talk about batting, surfaces, this turned out to be a batting parada, but she was simply brilliant, very strong off the front foot, and any time, any short pitch delivery, even square of the wicket, that sweep shot was excellent. She looks in a fine touch, and watch out the opponents because if she gets going, it's very hard to stop her.
Yeah, well, Bangladesh might well see them in the semi-final if results get right today. But as far as Pakistan go, another semi-finalist getting the job done. And they too have a top-order batter to thank who's finding some form, Marina Iqbal. Gul Feroza, back-to-back half-centuries.
This will provide her a lot more confidence, and obviously it was due from her, but the way she's played, she has worked on herself, on her set skill as well, and also has improved in terms of the temperament. She took her time, but she knew exactly whenever it's in her zone, that's the beauty of her innings, that she'll go all out. And I think Pakistan very much needed someone at top to give that sort of freedom and that sort of scoring runs option to them.
All right, well, the full members, the big teams, have made it to the semi-finals, and now we will see if Bangladesh and Sri Lanka join them. India and Pakistan are secured and through. They've got the job done, and that is the road to the final of the 2024 Women's Asia Cup. India in semi-final number 1, Pakistan in semi-final number 2, and of course, that final, 3 o'clock on Sunday, the 28th of July. Which will be confirmed once Sri Lanka finish off later this evening in Bangladesh. They didn't quite get the win done quickly last time, and net run rate is still perhaps in the equation. Is it, Athar?
I don't really think so. I mean, they are pretty dominant, especially when they are in good nick, and they look to be in really good touch. They'll be hoping to get their job done. Yes, first thing first, they're getting batting first, so score runs. That's important. Get your top order batters into some sort of form. Mushadik Khatun, remember, picked up a really good 50. Maybe the others would need to put their hands up and say, okay, fine, we're batting first. Let's get the runs and let's get back into some sort of form.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious if today Nigar Sultana Jyoti will tell her team, yeah, let's really just hammer it. Yes, the last game was about getting the points, but if they have a small win, and what if Thailand beats Sri Lanka?
Well, definitely. I think from talking about Bangladesh perspective, you would want that freedom. And there's a template of playing T20 cricket, so I think every team needs to follow it. It'll be more confident for the batters as well to go all out. It won't be easy against some slow-paced bowlers, but I think that would definitely be the message from Jyoti, to go big, go hard, and moving into the semi-finals, if they do, that's what they need.
Well, Bangladesh finally tasted that sweet taste of success, and they have Rabea to thank for that 4-wicket haul in the last game against Thailand. Today, we put Rabea to the test. She is our locker room insider.
Hi, I'm Rabea Khan. My nickname Khan. My that's number 2, and my role is bowling all-rounder. Before cricket, when I'm going to playing football, that time I'm choose that's number 2. That's why. আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয় একদিন। নিগার সুলতানা জ্যোতি। জ্যোতি। Forgetting Sultana. Maybe me. Car Ruman Ahmed, and bike Nahid Akhtar.
It was lovely to hear from Rabea, who was player of the match in the last game. She also has a great rapport with her captain, who guides her from behind the stumps. And 4 wickets. That would give any young cricketer a lot of confidence. We saw her at the Under-19s Marina, didn't we? And her skill has developed since.
Well, definitely. I mean, especially like batters, leg spinners need more match practice, and the more confident they get, the more deadly they become. And I think Rabea has done brilliant, and it's a delight to always have leg spinners in your side. They are effective. They might go for runs, but at a crucial point, they will give you breakthroughs, and important ones.
When Malaysia do come into bat, Athar, we saw how Sri Lanka's bowlers really troubled them. They barely got boundaries away, just 2 in the whole innings. Can they perform better against Rabea and the rest of the Bangladesh bowling?
Well, they need to have that belief in their dugout that yes, they can produce some good results in terms of batting especially. Remember, the opening stand, I go back to that 68 runs opening partnership against Thailand. So they need to think positively, but it's not going to be an easy job because Bangladesh have got a quality attack. Remember, Jahanara Alam is back in the squad. She'll be playing her first game. She is in top nick, 25 wickets in the Dhaka Women's Premier League, which is a 50-over affair, leading wicket taker. So it's going to be a tough challenge, but they need to stay positive.
Well, they got here because of their fine performance in the ACC Premier Cup, but they will likely bow out now after this game. Yet, they've given us some memories. They will take some memories. So it's a nice time to say thank you to Malaysia.
Oh, what a shot that is. 1 bounce for 4. This is Elsa Hunter.
I definitely didn't think I would make it this far or even play internationally. I feel like I've been very, very lucky with the support around me.
That is a wicket for Durai Singham.
I think it's a great opportunity for me to lead this young, talented team.
I just felt like I belonged so well in this team that I just felt so comfortable and, yeah, did my job.
Something to celebrate for Winifred Durai Singham.
Well, we have to show who we are, who Malaysian team is, and so people look at us more after this.
First 50 by any Malaysian batter in the history of Asia Cup.
I hope more young talented girls come over and play. So it's a really great opportunity for us and a great experience for all the girls.
just want to say thank you for all the support back home.
We want all your support from back home and give us 100% support until the end of this tournament.
Well, they've given us some moments of joy, but it was tough last time. Marina, key players for Malaysia.
Well, definitely the skipper has a huge responsibility. Winifred and Juan Julia has been performing. But for me, it has to be Elsa Hunter. A lot depends on her. Yes, with terms of bowling, there are few stand-ups, but again, they are immensely struggling in batting. And against someone like an opposition like Bangladesh, their batters need to step up.
Bangladesh would be thrilled that at least Murshida Khatun got a 50 in the last game. Jyoti, we know, is reliable. And as we speak of key players for you, Athar Ali Khan, who would you like to see perform today?
I think right at the top of the order, Dilara Akhtar. Don't forget that she smashed 3 boundaries in that very quickly early in the, couple of days earlier. And if she gets going, it's important for her to realize that when you get a start, you need to convert the starts to a big one. Because you never know, you might get a good ball, you can get out, but if you get a good start, then make sure you bat long. That is important.
They chased in the last game. What would you like to see as a score with them batting first, Athar, very quickly?
Well, as much as possible, I would like to see them posting their highest total in this edition of the Women's Asia Cup.
Marina?
Well, for me, given the surface and the opposition, I think they would be looking something around 150.
150, all right. Well, that'll be good, you'd think. Malaysia would want to bounce back. Bangladesh have the semi-final in their sights. Thank you, Athar and Marina. And live action is coming right up from Dambulla.
And Bangladesh record their first win with a boundary.
We won it in 2018. So after the last 2020-22, so we even couldn't reach the semi-final. But still, I think it was a very good memory for us that we can look up to.
What a start, what an excellent start this is.
Because we have been waiting for so long, so this is one of the great opportunity for us which we got, and I hope we'll come strong, we'll bounce strong, and just give our best and play a good cricket.
We're pleased and happy to see what has happened.
I hope this is a very big opportunity for the team. Definitely before World Cup it would be a very good preparation, and we can see how our team going on.
When I first joined, we were barely beating teams like Kuwait, and we were getting smashed by teams like Nepal. And to be where we are now, making Asia Cup the second time and beating a team like Nepal to make it into this, we've worked really, really hard to get up to where we are now.
It's the Women's Asia Cup 2024. We are live at the Rangiri Tambulu Stadium. Bangladesh versus Malaysia is the first game. Well, we do see the teams arriving. The Bangladesh team very confident, a strong outfit. Plenty experience in that Bangladesh side. As for Malaysia, it's a learning curve, it's a learning experience. And I'll tell you what, they'll carry a lot of positives going back. So just to remind you that the first game coming up is Bangladesh versus Malaysia. Bangladesh need to win here to be absolutely safe to get into the semi-final, and then the hosts, they will play in the evening, Sri Lanka versus Thailand. And that game will start at 7 p.m. local time, 6:30 live. And let's show you where the points table is. We do know that India and Pakistan have qualified in here. Bangladesh, they're at number 3 at the moment due to a lesser run rate. Thailand second, Sri Lanka right on top. And well, earlier on, Bangladesh captain Nigar Sultana Jyoti called and won the toss, and she had absolutely no hesitation in batting first on a pretty dry surface at Nabula. And take a look at the Bangladesh side. Atar Ali Khan with me. Your thoughts, Atar?
Yeah, it looked a very good side. They've made a one change, and I like the change of Jahanara right at the end. Jahanara Alam, who's been the leading wicket taker in the Dhaka Women's Premier League recently, at 50-over affair. It's the batting where they will be hoping that they can click, because Murshida did manage to pick up a 50.
Izzy, your thoughts on Malaysia?
Well, 2 changes, and it's good to see them giving people opportunities, but they'll rely on the batting of Winifred, Elsa and Juan Julia, and the bowling as well of Mahira Isati. She's been the leading wicket taker so far in the tournament.
Well, Bangladesh has had some very important and good moments in this tournament. Don't forget that they've come back very strongly. And it was Murshida Khatun who batted brilliantly in that last game against Thailand, getting a 50 and batted in style. Played some delightful shots. Looked to be in very good touch. Took on the spinners, sweeps were good. The drives were brilliant as well. Just like that. And the pulls as well. So it was a good innings for Murshida Khatun. And as far as Bangladesh are concerned, no surprises that Nigar Sultana, Ritu Moni and Nahida Akhtar, they are their key players. Lots of experience there. Right, so these 3 players will be looking forward to perform well today. And it is time now to hear from the Bangladeshi camp. Atar Ali Khan caught up with the coach, Hashan Tilakaratne.
Thank you for joining us, Hashan Tilakaratne, head coach of Bangladesh women's team. How has been the journey for you so far?
It's been very interesting, and also initially it was a little challenging, Ata. We have found out few good youngsters coming through the ranks, and we are working with them. It's really good right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what you would be hoping for, picking up the right players and giving them opportunity. Just like what you did a couple of days earlier, Murshida Khatun get an opportunity, and then she smashed a 50. Very impressive.
Well, all these girls are very, very skillful and very talented. Prior to this tournament, we finished our premier tournament, so I think that was a good eye opener for all of us to find out new talent. There are a few girls we recognize them as good players, and they are now back in the squad. So it's good to see there's some competition in the side right now.
Ashanti Lakaratna, the former Sri Lankan batting star, now the head coach, and Malaysia, well, they'll have a lot to learn here. We do know that the exposure levels are a little bit low here, but fair bit of experience. Elsa Hunter stands out as a top performer for Malaysia, with Winifred Duresingham and of course Mahira, the other one. So Elsa Hunter, as I said, looks very, very good, and Athar Ali Khan caught up with her a little while earlier.
Thank you for joining us, Elsa Hunter from Malaysia. All geared up for today's match?
Yeah, definitely. Our last match of Asia Cup 2024. Definitely, we're all really excited and we're going to give it 100% today.
Yeah, great to know that. And positive, if you want to talk about to lift the morale of the team in the dressing room, that opening partnership, especially against Thailand, was a good one.
Yes, definitely. I feel like we can take a lot out of that opening partnership. We definitely didn't do our best against Sri Lanka 2 days ago, but I feel like with that partnership in our pockets, we can really learn a lot from that and take it to our game today.
Are you doing anything differently in terms of batting, because your team do rely on your personal efforts, especially with the bat?
Yeah, I try not to think about how much pressure it is on my shoulders. So I just try and bat to the best of my ability and try not to throw my wicket away.
All right, wish you all the very best. Thank you for talking to us.
Elsa Hunter, that is possibly Bangladesh's best batter, looked very solid. Malaysia's, I beg your pardon, Malaysia's best batter. And they do need plenty experience, as they are yearning for exposure. This Asia Cup is so important. The umpires coming out, as I say, good afternoon yet again to Athar Ali Khan and of course to our friend Izzy Joyce. First, you like to start, Izzy?
Well, it's a good opportunity to get out in the field and see how you can do against a top nation. As you were saying, this is their World Cup. They were dying to get here. So you have to remember that when you're thinking about Malaysia, it was qualifying for this tournament was a massive deal. And then when they get here, it's about seeing how well you can match up against the big guns. And the likes of, wicket taker Mahira Isati, she can go home and say, I took a 3-for against one of the top teams in the world. So they'll take from that, go back and work, and hopefully they can keep on improving.
Athar, your thoughts on Bangladesh? Are you happy with the way they have so far progressed in the tournament?
But certainly they'll be very pleased to see what happened in the last match, because they went in their first match against Sri Lanka and didn't come out on the winning side as a winning side. But when you start winning and you get yourself into that sort of momentum, the winning momentum, the confidence starts to rise in the dressing room. They made the right change. Remember, Murshida Khatun went in, played her first match the other day and picked up a 50. And these are the Malaysian fixtures. Versus Thailand, lost by 22. Sri Lanka, they would want to forget that.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough ride for the Malaysian girls. They have struggled, no doubt. The Sri Lankan game was possibly their low point in this tournament. They'll want to finish on a high. It's not about winning or losing, it's about how they compete. We know the lesser known team. We spoke about the challenges and difficulties some of these teams face, especially the associate teams, where they hardly play any cricket under lights. They don't use the white ball. They don't get exposed to top teams. And this is Dilara Akhtar, who looked very good the other day. And her partner, Mushida Khatun. What a player. What an innings she played. Strike rate of 86, average of 20.
Yeah, also keep an eye out for Dilara Akhtar, because she smashed 3 boundaries. Remember, when she started the innings, she looked in really good touch. She's the one who's got the experience. The skipper will start the proceeding. 50 wickets. Economy of 5.3, so she'll be looking to make early inroads.
Yeah, Winifred Duresingham.
Let's play.
Play is the call, and here is the first ball. Starts with a wide. That's not a good start.
And she immediately just put the hand up, apologised to one Juliet behind the stumps. It wasn't the plan. Third is out on the boundary, as is fine leg. She does bowl a nagging length, the captain. Gets the ball to move away with the arm from the right-hander.
Oh, will this be... Oh, no, she waited for it. That should have been attacked. That was an opportunity. You spoke about Dilara, and that was a huge opportunity.
Yeah, she just stood there. Perhaps thought that the ball was coming a lot closer. She has taken that way outside the off stump, and it's very slow to start with.
Well bowled. Well bowled. She's come back strongly after that wide, the first delivery. Very nearly had a wicket of the second ball when the catch was not attempted to. So this is another look. Don't forget there is a very strong cross breeze, so it will not push the ball towards the fielder. Again, pace off. Hardly any pace in that delivery.
It's only a little bit of movement, but actually I think that's a good thing for the bowler, Durraiz Singham. Nice and close to the stump, so you can't kind of go cross-batted, and that's the lack of bounce we'd spoken about at the pitch that we might get on day 4 on this pitch. Still a good batting surface, but it might just not bounce very well. Changing the field, fine leg and third being brought up. They've had enough of looking at Dilara playing across the line, mid-wicket and long on out.
I'm not too sure whether that's the right approach from Dilara Akhtar. This is the very first over.
See, I think Winifred made the mistake. She pushed the two fielders back and she bowled on the leg stump. You would have expected to try and bowl outside the off stump. And we did take a closer look. Don't forget, it's the same surface that we played yesterday. It's quite dry, but very, very little wear and tear. No foot marks whatsoever. But it looks pretty dry. And no surprises because it's quite hot here.
Yeah, I think the curator has done a wonderful job because we've seen some really good innings from all the teams. And when you see someone from the top order scoring runs, we just suggested that it is turning out to be a good surface to bat on. That is also important for the batters to realize, especially the top order. If you're willing to spend some time in the middle, you have full value for the shots that you play. Excellent outfield, lush green, it's very quick. You find the gap, you find the boundary.
Wants a single and they'll get the single quite easily. 3 without loss at the end of the first over. So 2 or 3 without loss. Bangladesh, that looks a very good side, plenty of experience. That's a side that has played for a while now, so they gel quite well. Just a little bit of tweaking here and there. Swabika, she will open the bowling to Murshida, the left-hander. Wicketkeeper stands back. There are plenty on the offside. A third and a fine leg. They're the two fielders out. It's pretty gentle in pace.
Well, you talk about the team gelling together. These two need to figure out their running between the wickets because we saw a comical run out the last game. She did listen in the end, Dilara, but she was thinking about not running as she was called through by her partner, Murshida, who ran her out in the last game.
Nicely driven. That's 4. You were speaking about how good the outfield is. That's a confirmation.
And now that's a classical cover drive. You can see any youngster watching. This is how you play a cover drive. Have a look at this. Oh, beautiful. Stand and deliver. Didn't even bother to run. Why would you want to run? Because it's in the gap and it races to the boundary. Lovely touch from Murshida.
She leant into it quite beautifully. Lovely stride out and then the drive. Murshida looks in very good touch at the moment. carrying on from where she left off in that last game. This time just unable to force that gap. Now they pushed that short extra cover down to deep extra cover.
It's a better field because now she can bowl outside off. She's got protection at deep extra cover, and third is out as well.
Yeah, important for Malaysia to realize the fact that if you can keep it tight, try to produce those dot deliveries, it will create some sort of pressure. Yes, only boundaries so far in this over, but the other 3 deliveries have been dot. Again, some changes in the field. The mid-wicket fielder goes back, and in comes the fine leg fielder inside the circle.
That's a wide. See, this also shows you the inexperience of the Malaysian girls because they just keep chopping and changing their field. This is just a second over. You get a drive, you push a fielder down to deep extra cover, then suddenly you think of a fielder at mid-wicket. So there's so much of changes done. Obviously, you'll want to come in with a reasonable plan against the respective batters. Works the angle. Easy single.
I think as well as a bowler, sometimes it's about whether your plans, whether the ball's coming out how you expect it. Is it swinging as much as you're expecting? So perhaps that's why the fielder's gone out in the offside. Also, Murshida, well, she used to be really good off the front foot playing through the offside. In recent times, she's played square of the wicket a lot more. So that might have been the plan coming in, but having hit 50 in the last game, she's in better touch. So able to play through the offside on the front foot a little bit better.
1 ball to go in the over. Third and fine leg remains. Finishers with a dot. 2 overs done. Bangladesh 9 without loss. That's a look at the Malaysian side. Elsa Hunt obviously stands as their best batter. Suresh Singham, very experienced. One Julia got runs. This is Suresh Singham from round the wicket. And it is Murshida on strike.
That's the curator. I think he's Sampath. He's done a wonderful job preparing these surfaces here.
Oh, that's through. That's 4. That is a wonderful shot. Again, she's at his best, Murshida. She's a lovely driver.
Well, if you pitch it up to her, she's in that kind of form where she'll find the gap with these shots. Full swing of the bat. She thought about running, but easily got that through the field. For Malaysia, maybe it's about bowling into the strength. Set that fielder out there, bowl full and straight, and let her have that single. If she wants to score a boundary, make her do something different. So the fielder goes out now, cover and third out, an easier field to bowl to.
Yeah, you just wonder why she was not picked up in the first match against Sri Lanka, because she had a wonderful time with the bat in the Dhaka Women's Premier League. That's the curator was outstanding job. Hats off to him for producing this lovely surface here. Again a touch fuller. She's quite comfortable leaning into, especially on the offside. What a lovely 50 that was. This was a couple of days earlier. She was in a really good touch, not afraid to go down the wicket, and I thought the sweeps were really well struck. A couple of times down the leg side, but this was the shot of the match for me. Wonderful.
High, Not able to get there. But that was a good effort. At least she made an effort to try and catch it. That's Aisa on the boundary at deep mid wicket.
She made a great she made a great chance here. Went in as hard as she could, but that's into the wind. So I think that saved the batter. Murshida, she did well to use everything that she has. Uses the shins to knock that one down. And, well, they ran well as well because they came back for a second.
I thought that was a good effort. That was a really good effort. She ran in, just couldn't make it. Oh, big! Sounded good as well. It hasn't gone the distance. It went high, but it sounded good. For a moment, I thought it went all the way. 9 of the over, 18 without loss. That's a very relaxed dressing room of Bangladesh.
Interesting to see that the Bangladesh now have an option to pick up 3 right-arm leg spinner, wrist spinner. I don't think that any team, especially in the Women's Asia Cup, has that option. Again, nicely clipped away off her legs for just a single, maybe thinking about the second one. And it's kind of a bonus, isn't it, Isabel, to have someone like Rumana Ahmed, who we know that top all-rounder. Then you have Rabia, we've already seen she picked up 4 wickets. And then Shorna, who also not only bowls leg spin, but she also made a quick fire, nice little cameo, laid down the order against Sri Lanka. I think she got 25. So that's pretty handy for Bangladesh to remember. ICC Women's Cricket World Cup to be held in Bangladesh. That's put away. That will be a boundary. It was boundary written all over it.
Yeah, that was a poor delivery. That was down the leg side and a little bit too easy for Dilara. She's someone who looks to score runs quickly, and when she gets opportunities like this, she just puts it away.
Was shaping in towards leg stump, but it was a free hit really. The fielder in a guessing position in mid-wicket. There's lots of space to cover. You just have to pick a spot and hope it goes there. Yeah, so the placement was easy. Just talking about that leg spinning option. Australia, the only other team that have 3 that play international cricket at the top level. This will be 1 at least. I think they won't manage to come back for the second. They've Manajade Wellington, Georgia Wareham and Lana King. And Georgia Wareham kind of has the spot at the moment. They tend to only pick 1. But I wonder, will they keep an eye on this? Bangladesh are playing 3 leg spinners in Asia Cup. Similar conditions in Bangladesh. Could we see 3 leg spinners playing for Australia come the World Cup?
Yeah, I think what goes in favor of Bangladesh is that out of the 3 leg spinner that we talk about, 2 can bat really well here. They've been among the runs. They can score runs. They can handle themselves in the middle. If the wickets, they lose wickets early on. Romana Ahmed is a seasoned campaigner. It's been an outstanding touch also in the Dhaka Women's Premier League, Romana Ahmed. So these are the options, and I think these are good options. Romana Ahmed, 241 runs and an average of 48 and 17 wickets in the Dhaka Women's Premier League. It just shows how involved they are back home, and obviously home conditions favors the home team.
And the last point to make is 3 very different types of leg spinners. So, you know, it's about if the conditions aren't suiting one, maybe you bowl another, and then you've got a couple of them that can bat. And of course, for the youngster, she's excellent in the field. So she really adds in that category.
Dot ball to end the over. 25 without loss, Bangladesh. 4 overs done. 25 without loss, 4 overs done. Pakistan yesterday, they looked very good. Gul Feroza 62 of 55. Muniba Ali Siddiqui 37. Just made light work of the target. And this is Gul Feroza. Back-to-back half centuries for her. Batted extremely well. The UAE bowlers really couldn't make too much of an impression on her. She looked very good. And a good opening partnership. Now they are the second team that has qualified to the semi-finals. India, Pakistan from that group. Now Bangladesh against Malaysia. It's an important game. Oh, put her down. In and out. You can't afford that. Malaysia, if they are looking to go on a high, at least by making an impression, you need to take catches like this.
It wasn't hit with any great power either. She took it from very wide outside off. Unfortunately, couldn't keep her feet. Popped in, popped out. How costly that will be, we'll only find out as the game continues.
Yeah, remember the drop catch when Tamara Apatu were batting. And she went on to smash a really big 100. And they dropped someone who's been in really good touch. It's a pretty straightforward chance. In and out.
This time slices it. Who is that fielder at the deep cow boundary? Huh? Yeah? He's the captain. See, just take a look as to, and this is that catch that was missed. Now there is a deep square leg. This is a big one. And in fact, it's a very good shot. And I think it's gone all the way for 6. Finally, Dilara, she tried a few times. And this time she connects and gets the 6.
Well, she got the length she was looking for. It was almost flat batted. Great swing of the bat. The back hip comes through beautifully. This didn't just make it for 6, it went for a big 6. That's almost into the side screen, a big hit.
Yeah, have a look at that follow through. Brilliant. She's nailed that. And it sails over for the maximum.
She certainly did, no doubt. Again, over extra cover. 1 bounce for 4. She's got 10 of 2 deliveries. She's got 11 Bangladesh in the over.
I think she learned from that miss hit to mid-on. She played that a little bit too early. She's waiting for this right under her eyes, and it's the bat speed that manages to take it forward of cover. Hands are so quick at the bottom of the swing. So a 6 followed by a boundary.
She gets into a good position. She doesn't move too much around, and when she sees the length, she picks up the length very quickly and really goes after it.
Last ball. Goes again, that's 4. When she hits them, they stay hit. 40 without loss, 5 overs completed.
Expensive over. Last one as Dilara Akhtar is deciding to break free and take the bowling on. 15 off that over. And they have 1 more over in the power play to try and capitalize. Dilara Akhtar, we know she can play her shots. Marina Iqbal.
Yeah, Malaysia hasn't been disciplined in the bowling, neither in the field. He's trying to contain the opposition against a low total.
Oops. Well, inauspicious start from Aina. She's lucky that the only repercussion is a wide. It's close to being over the waist.
And Hamiza Hashmi played a lot of matches, but under pressure obviously because of the onslaught.
Slapped through the covers again and through the fielder. Despairing dive doesn't work. That is Mahira in the deep, and Murshida's hit it straight through her.
Yeah, on this surface, anything wide and short will definitely be punished. Slightly going down the leg side to create enough room to free the hands. Don't have much space on offer by Anna, but got a good connection out of it.
Yeah, how costly will that drop catch be? Last over, it's dropped on 13. It was Aina Najwa who dropped the catch. Bowler right now is Aina Hamiza Hashim. Still in search of her first wicket of the tournament is Bangladesh. Just record some memorabilia for their time here. They're not on their way out by no means. Semi-final to look forward to. They're looking good for the moment. Still things not sealed. They need to win well, not leave their fate in the evening fixture. That'll be one aspect that Winifred Duraisingham, Malaysia's captain, will be most disappointed about. Of course, lowest ranked team, expected to be challenged by teams like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, but fielding, put down some straightforward ones. More evidence of runs being leaked through the field. This was tough. Fielder had to dive to her left.
In playing the last game, you would like to finish on a high, at least try your best in the field. Well, Anna Hashim, no doubt about that. Shefali Verma would have enjoyed that splendid inning the other night. If not a cricketer teacher, and the best cricketing first memory would. Smriti Mandhana's wicket in 2018.
Well, she should have no problem today then. But she's still searching for her first wicket. How she'd love to break that now.
Malaysia needs to take in account that the line is the thing they need to concentrate. If it's in the stump, even if it's slightly on a shorter length, you might get away with it. And they've done a brilliant job providing us this surfaces and this beautiful outfield.
Yeah, outstanding. Real shout out to ground staff and curator here at the Rangiri International Stadium in Dambulla. Had 2 games every day for last 6 days. They had a lot of LPL games before that. It's just given you what you want in a surface. There's been some turn, there's been movement, good bounce, reliable, fast outfield. Brilliant.
Just conceding 1 boundary so far in this over. Needs to close in this over cleanly without another boundary. Let's keep it simple, stay within the stumps.
We'll have to reload. Well, it's the last ball of the power play. Dilara wants to make the most of fielders inside the circle, just placed it. That's the 50 up for Bangladesh. It's a strong power play for them. They're 51 without loss. And Malaysia having to respond after being sent on a real leather hunt against Sri Lanka, and ominous start this for Bangladesh. Dilara Akhtar put down Murshida Khatun. That was a big moment. Ainan Najwa at point. Dilara just broke loose in the 5th over with 3 boundaries and 1 in the final over of the power play from Murshida. That gives Bangladesh a solid start, just what they would have wanted. 6 boundaries and a 6. Magnificent strike from Dilara, who's striking at 180 as Bangladesh started with a rate of 8.5. Gayatri Vinogopalan, on-field umpire, signals the end of the power play, and Winifred Duraisingham has sent her 4 fielders out in the form of a sweeper on the offside, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket. Call is for 2. Well, these two were guilty of some confusion in the last game that resulted in bizarre run out of Dilara Akhtar. It's nice to see now that they've worked on that 50 partnership between the two openers. We've seen quite a few of the openers cashing in this tournament. Muniba and Gulfiroza, Shafali and Smriti. Just help yourself, hit me ball with the field. Having all the boundary riders in front of square, that's easy pickings for Murshida.
Trouble continues for Malaysia. The ballers haven't found the right line, neither the length. It's helping on its way. It was going down the leg anyway. Got enough fat on it to earn a boundary. It's with either side of a wicket. That will be expensive for Malaysia.
And Elisa has gone for 21. Wonder if Duraisingham could have actually given her a break. 15 of that last over would have been under pressure. That's what you want to see more of. Yes, they're learning Malaysia, but if they can bowl one side of the wicket, bowl to their field, that's in their control. Those release shots just put no pressure on the batters. Try and string some dot balls. You are allowed as many as 5 fielders inside the circle. So you can actually squeeze the opposition, make them play higher risk shots. Now it's just too easy. Well, that's field is just not set for that kind of bowling. I think we've seen a lot of boundaries there, and Malaysia would be wise to give their bowlers a little more protection if that's how they want to bowl.
The biggest challenge for Winifred as a captain is the inconsistency. I mean, you cannot set up a field for bad delivery, let alone if you're bowling on 2 sides of the wicket. Conceding runs on the leg side, yes, they've got left and right hand combination going on, but you need to be responsible and more consistent in terms of line at least.
He's striking at 194 now. You just got to attack the stumps. Can't leave the stumps with this field. The problem is the margins are so low. Air slightly, and with that pace can be picked off. I still think that that fielder is a deep cover point. If you just make it a conventional deep point or a deep third and invite Dilara to play over cover. Yeah, she's now looking for protection of the fuller ball. Another expensive over from Elisa. She's conceded 27 over 2, and Bangladesh are just marching on 63 without loss. solid opening stand with plenty of batting to come. Opening partnership like this just settles the rest of the team. Nice that they've persisted with Ishma Tanjim. Debuted in the first game and been quite, look at her fluent best after being demoted to 3 once Murshida Khatun was brought in. They've given her a long run. You could see Nigar Sultana Jyoti just moving to the beats of the music. Here is Amaira Izzati Ismail. I think that's another thing that they can take from this. She has been by some distance their best bowler. It's taken her 8 overs to come on. Attacks the stumps, deceives batters, broke the partnership between Atapattu and Samara Vikrama in the last game. And goes for the big shot. Oh, she just pulled out last minute. It's the captain, Durai Singham. Went flat and hard. I have to look at whether she took off instantly and she picked it up or not.
It's twice now that Malaysian fielders have pulled out. You need to make sure that you cash on these opportunities. Yeah, just one more step probably and should have been in her hands. Disappointment there.
Yeah, they know. Might as well go for it and miss out, then bail out. And immediately, Maira just creating an opportunity. Started well.
It's already hard for the bowlers to get wickets here. This is the first chance, half chance, just waiting for the ball, not approaching it. These are the sort of catches you need to make sure you go for them. And playing with better opposition, they will never give you easy opportunities. You have to make the half chances into fuller ones, let alone leaving the chances that are already up for grabs.
There's another one. This time they hold on. And it's a special catch. That'll lift Malaysia. Aisyah Elisa sets the standard. And Maira Izzati Ismail, their best bowler, has broken the partnership. Dilara Akhtar is gone.
Yeah, I see. Just showing how it's done. The commitment. You have to be committed enough to go for these chances. Just have the belief. It wasn't an easy one. Didn't really middle it, but was dying on her. A full-blooded drive. That is what is needed from Malaysia. Look at the delight. And Maira straight away created one opportunity. The other one, she made sure the fielder has got hands to it. Dilara Akhtar gone on 33. Bangladesh 1 down on 65.
Out walks Bangladesh's captain. And out walks the Bangladesh captain, Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Decided to give the others a chance in the chase against Thailand. But she's walked in at 3, as she should. She's the rock of this batting lineup, just holds it together. A really good start from Maira. That wicket now takes her clear as Malaysia's leading wicket taker. She's gone past her captain. And she has Aisyah Elisa to thank for it.
Yeah, just trying to force that shot. It was tad fuller, but a brilliant catch, taking nothing away from the fielder, Asia.
That's the first bad ball she's bowled. Murshida Khatun didn't get it where she wanted to. But I think in spite of all that the fielder tried to do, she couldn't prevent the boundary. It's Aina Najwa who's having a tough day in the field. It's a boundary to finish what was otherwise a really good over. Still is 70 for 1. Well, Myra had just applied the brakes with the wicket and just got this last one wrong. It's tricky when you dive towards the boundary. Najwa's already put a chance down and she's bitterly disappointed with the effort.
Fielding is one area where you individually can put much more effort. You should be committed, and there is no excuse now in modern day cricket, regardless of the format, that you should be an average fielder. .48 not out against Sri Lanka, important innings.
Good work. The moment that we saw from that catch could just lift Malaysia, had the chance to come together, come around, celebrate. Really good effort in the field and they need that. Just moving the bowlers around now. Noor Izzatul Siafika. Played in the last game. Yes, just didn't bowl. It was her debut in the last game, Noor Izzatul Siafika. Not a very pleasant debut. Batted low down the order, got out first ball, didn't bowl.
Malaysia has limited sources in terms of spinners, which would have been really effective, and it has been apparent on these conditions. They rely mostly on their medium paces, which at times are not easy to put away, but only if they are disciplined.
Another wide for Siafika. 16 years of age, the bowler, Noor Izzatul Siafika. In fact, Malaysia today have fielded 3 teenagers. Their side, they've got 4 in the squad. Elsa Hunter is 19 still, and she is experienced. Well, she's an adult. The other 3, including the bowler, got 2 16-year-olds and a 15-year-old in the Malaysian team, which is wonderful to see. Yeah. Idrina bin Nabil is 15 years of age. She's making her debut today. Noor Izzatul Siafika, 16 years, bowling at the moment, debuted in the last game. And Swabika, who we've seen enough of, left-arm swing bowler. Well, they're having to learn a lesson here, as Nigar Sultana Jyoti has just punished a loose ball and put it away for 4.
Yeah, again, the inconsistency has been decent so far, but just a gentle floater. And Nigar Sultana is too good to put those away. She's in a good nick, scored 48 not out against Sri Lanka.
She struggled, young Siafika. 11 went off that over. 81 for 1, Bangladesh. Mayura Izzati Ismail with a breakthrough in the last over. Takes her to 5 wickets in this tournament. Wickets in every game. That's what I like about her. She saw Jyoti just shuffle a little in her crease and tossed it wider. She's trying to read the batter, outfox her. Varies her pace.
Yeah, I would like her to play a little bit more active role in terms of going up to the bowlers who haven't been disciplined, or they're struggling with bowling. She's got the experience, she's got the skills. Just have a word or two. It's not all about the captain being responsible out there in the middle, but it's also the senior ones, the ones who are doing better on a certain day, to have that confidence and share it with your other teammates.
Yeah, she's 24 years of age, but lots of experience in Malaysian colours. That's one bright side. So the UAE team as well. A number of squad members, very young. Will only get better. The graph of women's cricket rising, more opportunities. Under-19 World Cup coming their way. Expansion of 2030 edition of the tournament. In fact, only 3 members in this Malaysian squad in excess of 30 years of age. One's the captain. One Julia is 35 and Noor Aisha is 33. But you have 4 teenagers playing today. 15 and 16-year-olds as well. Mayura's just 24. She'll have a lot more to work on, and she'll only get better as a spinner.
Yeah, just imagine the type of exposure all these 15, 16 years players would get just playing here against some of the top opposition, against some of the best players in the world.
Now she gets it. She struggled with the left-hander. Full toss in the last over, wide. And now one that Murshida has once again just put away for 4.
Yeah, I do understand the idea. I don't want to give any room, but just bringing back with the angle. But her line to start off with is not correct. You need to start off with somewhere around 4th stump or off stump and finish it with the drift around that middle.
Yeah, exactly that. Start on off stump, bring the LBW or bowled into play. Sweep is a high risk shot then. And she just doesn't like bowling to the left-hander, which is curious for the off-spinner. She's good the other day against Samara Wickrama and Athapattu. At the halfway stage, Bangladesh building and looking strong. They are 87 for 1. It's time for drinks and maybe a bit more as well.
Welcome back. This was India yesterday. They were awesome. They virtually demolished Nepal, winning by 82 runs. Nepal just made 96 for 9. India 178 for 3. Shefali Verma was brilliant. Smriti Mandhana was the standing captain. But what an innings by Shefali Verma. She was all power and just took on the bowling and just virtually got her runs all round the wicket.
Just the 48 deliveries, and whenever she scores above 20, 30, it comes at a good rate. She's one of the few in women's cricket with a very healthy strike rate, and she's got so long in women's cricket to come, so she'll scale some incredible heights, no doubt. That's the points table. That's the group that's finished. India and Pakistan, no surprise, they sit on top. India unbeaten with 6 points, Pakistan with 4. They'll play against, it's looking like Sri Lanka in the semi-finals.
This is how it looks at the moment. Pakistan and India, they have qualified. So we are still looking for the winner and the runner-up of Group B. Sri Lanka looks the winner with their performance. Bangladesh doing well here. They should be the runner-up. So for that, they need to win today, and then those two places will be sealed. It becomes pretty straightforward to be India versus Bangladesh, Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, the semi-finals. That is the confirmation of the points table in Group B. Sri Lanka has a very good net run rate. So even a loss here will keep them at the top because of that net run rate. I can't see, I can't see Thailand overtaking them in that run rate even if they win, because 4.24 is a lot in terms of a net run rate. But anyway, anything can happen in cricket. At the halfway stage, 87 for 1, Elsa Hunter. Right arm medium. Looks a fine all-rounder for Malaysia. Looks a good bat, technically very sound. Right arm medium pace. Murshida once again 39 of 33, 6 boundaries. Starts with a wide. That's a poor start.
Well, it looks like off spin, doesn't it? So it's stuck in the hand. I think she'll be nervous today. She said she doesn't want to put pressure on herself in that interview, but she clearly feels some. She's the big player who's got a state contract in Australia. Well, not just any state contract. That one's gone down the leg side, so 2 wides to start off with. But the New South Wales Breakers, she's got a contract with them, so no surprise that she feels pressure to perform for Malaysia. She hasn't done it yet, really. You can see when she's out there, there's flashes of brilliance, but she hasn't stayed for a long time at the crease.
See, I think it's understandable. She's just 19 years. She's just finding her feet in the big league. Off spin, medium pace. She has a mix of that, but I like the way she bats. So solid. This is her action. Yeah, nice typical off spinner's action. Doesn't really finish that action too well. She tends to stop halfway, but if she can finish it, she might get a little bit more revs and a little bit more energy on that ball.
Now this is turning out to be a good one for Bangladesh. 91 for 1. They're cruising along, and it will stand them in good stead, because remember, if they do qualify for the semi-finals, they will be up against a very strong unit, India. So to go into that game with the kind of batting performances, especially the last match and this one, will certainly boost their confidence, because it's the batting that needs to come good. Skipper Nigar Sultana, Jyoti at number 3. Important for her to also get herself in a good neck. Didn't bat in the last match. Yes, she did score 48, an unbeaten 48. She had no support at all from the top order in that first match against Sri Lanka. So this is very good from Bangladesh.
Finds the field on the deep cover boundary. Yeah, it's a good batting performance by Bangladesh, no doubt about it. This will give them a lot of confidence when the top order clicks. At the current rate, they get to 172. If they get there, it will be a real booster for them. They'll start to believe in big scores as a team. Two balls left in the over. Murshida, love to see her bat. Such a nice, just a lovely player.
It's not a bad over, because she started with a couple of wides, but then she's only conceded 3 singles. Yes, 5 in total.
The one thing about the batting lineup for Bangladesh is how important Dilara Akhtar is, because she's the one that scores heavily. So she's got 33 at 20 deliveries. The rest of the lineup, 41 from 36, 10 from 9. They're going to need to up it against India. That strike rate. They'll need things like this. Hopefully they come back for 2. It should be a 2. So when you can't hit big shots and you're outside the power play, then running like that's really important. 11 gone, Bangladesh, 94 for 1.
Sri Lanka, Thailand, the next game coming up. That will happen at 7 p.m. This evening. But at the moment, Bangladesh making merry. Looking very good on 95 for 1. Sri Lanka, group toppers, and Thailand. That will be a good game, really good game. Chamari Atapattu in good form, got that magnificent 100 in that last game. In fact, the only centurion in the tournament. So Bangladesh, on the other hand, they're batting very skillfully here. Knocking the ball into gaps, looking for boundaries, not letting those dot balls being built up.
Yeah, talking about century, Murshida Khatun, who smashed and was the leading run scorer in the Dhaka Women's Premier League. A 50-over affair. She also smashed a century. That was against the Gulshan Youth Club. Unbeaten. She carried her bat. Unbeaten. 179 of just 157 deliveries. 23 fours and 2 sixes in that knock. 446 runs and an average of 64 in 9 matches. Played for Mohammedan Sporting Club. And they also went on to win the championship. Not only her, Romana Ahmed also played for the same team. So good numbers for Murshida, and she's already showing what she's capable of doing with the bat. It's all about carrying on with the form. She's hit the purple patch. And it's important she continues right. A bit of a miss fielding here, and that might just go to the boundary. It just does.
Talking about that knock, that is a monster 100. It's not a normal 100, a 179 in a T20 game. Beg your pardon, it's a 50-over game, sorry, but still it's a monster 100. Let's not forget that. Let's give her the credit of 159 balls. And to get that kind of runs, 157 balls, 179. That's the boundary. And yeah, she seems to be carrying on where she left off, those boundaries. The form she seems to be in very good nick. 12 down, 102 for 1. So Hunter continues. Oh, was it a mis-stumping? Was it a mis-stumping?
Well, the captain never looks too perturbed, no matter what happens, so she'll make it look like it wasn't a chance. Nigar Sultana Jati.
Yeah, this is interesting to see whether it was a mis-stumping at all. Van Julia is the wicket keeper. Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Yup, I think so. She was a little bit too deep, the wicket keeper. Her reaction was slow. So Nigar was able to get back quickly. You'd expect the keeper to stand by the stumps. Took some time to get to the bails.
Well, here it is, a little shuffle down. Smart work with the bat, but yeah, the gloves just too far back.
Well, certainly a chance there. I reckon there was a chance up for grabs, and again, this time the wicket keeper not quick enough, because she went down the wicket, and once she misses it, keeper was in business. Now these are the things that they need to improve to make an impression. I know it's a learning curve, but they now need to learn and learn quickly.
I was just wondering whether the wicketkeeper was standing a little bit too deep. In fact, she had to drag it. It's just the quickness of the glove work. Into the gap. They'll get a single. It's a good over, just 3 runs off it. 105 for 1, 13 overs done. Yeah, looks nicely relaxed, the dugout. No real tension there because Bangladesh moving along quite smoothly at the moment. In a good place. They got 7 overs left. They're on 105 for 1. At the current rate, they'll get to 162, which should be a very good score as Nigar Sultana. Has it gone all the way? They're sure to check. In fact, it's 1 bounce for 4, but still a very good improvisation. She dragged it from outside the off stump.
Well, they needed to get going. 24 runs in the last 4 overs isn't good enough for Bangladesh against Malaysia. So the captain's accelerating. She needs to increase his strike rate. That will help. Would have helped even more had it gone all the way. Just moved outside off stump, lined her up. No fielder at square leg. 1 bounce and 4.
Dealing in boundaries now. 13 fours and a 6 in this innings of 109. Couple of boundaries to Nigar Sultana. Murshida has picked up 7.
Down the ground, they're pushing hard. Good work in the deep. Oh, that's not great running. That is not great running. I thought Murshida was slow. Nigar was very keen to come back for 2. Good work in the deep, but there was definitely 2 there. They should have pushed for it.
Well, you've got to look at this through the lens of the fact that they're likely playing India in a few days in a semi-final. If they're going to beat the powerhouse of India, you're going to have to run 2 there. Good fielding off her own bowling. Excellent stuff from Mahira.
It's a very good point you make, Isabella. You got to put the pressure onto the opposition, no matter who you're playing against. And it's absolutely spot on. You cannot let your guard down. You never know. 1 good delivery, 1 poor shot, you're back in the heart. So why miss an opportunity? Again, nicely played away. No, they'll probably have another look at that, but it looks like it's a boundary. And if it is, then she's also come back for the 2nd. So she's picked up a 50. Consecutive 50s. 6th in T20 internationals for Murshida Khatun. 3rd in Asia Cup. Well played.
Very good news for the Bangladesh supporters and the team. She's in good form. You're going into a semi-final with an informed batter at the top, and then you can get your team to bat around her. And she seemed to be middling the ball well, striking it well. And has been very severe on poor bowling, just like that. Back-to-back boundaries. 1 square on the wicket on the off, and this one over square leg.
Yeah, too short, just changing things because it was too full on the previous delivery. 50 partnership up from just 41 deliveries. So that will be the thing that pleases them the most. It's come in pretty quick time. Had a couple of quiet overs in and around the 10 over mark, but they've made up for that. If there was one flaw in the last 50, it was because it was from 55 deliveries. This one coming at much better time.
Good fielding. But still a single. 14 runs off that over. 14 done. 119 for 1 Bangladesh. $119 for 1. And she's looking to blast the bowling. She is pouncing on anything short and wide. She's looking to move quickly. 58 of 48, striking at a 120. Captain with her, striking at 123.5. And this is that moment. Really fine knock for Murshida Khatun. What an innings and a fitting celebration. Lovely, lovely shot. Down the wicket and then lent into it.
Yeah, they're getting into that mode where you start to feel that, yes, there can be a threat if they play similar brand of cricket. Because the big game is the next one. Yes, still after this over, 5 more overs to be bowled. And so far this year, Bangladesh highest total has been 135 for 6. Sloppy in the outfield will allow the batter to come back for the second. So 135 for 6, which came against India in Select June 2024. It's the highest for Bangladesh, but if they can bat through, and especially Murshida and Negar Sultana in the middle, expect some good fireworks in the last 5 overs or so.
Again, this time, there is a fielder. Oh, not great fielding. Not great fielding at all.
Well, once again, poor running, because you've got to run as if you're expecting a misfield. Even if it's just once in the innings, run as if there's a misfield, because a misfield in the deep, where near the boundary, is a 2. Because by the time it takes them to pick up the ball and throw it in, you can definitely make it home. So they've missed out on 4 or 5 runs here, Bangladesh.
Again pulled away. Yeah, the highest of Bangladesh in the Women's Asia Cup has been 142, which came against India in June 2018. And remember, 2018 is the year when they went on to win not only that game, but also the final against the same opposition. So it will certainly stand them in good stead. And India will quietly taking a note here how Bangladesh batters are batting.
Single to end the over, 7 runs. 126 for 1, 15 overs done. Right, this has been a wonderful innings again. His consecutive 50s for Murshida Khatun. Once more very strong on the drives. And also good square on the wicket, the pulls. We haven't really seen many sweeps. But lovely drives. The odd sweep came out, no doubt. But the pull shots were good, horizontal shots were good. And very, very severe. She's happy. 126 for 1.
Yeah, scoring 8.4 runs per over Bangladesh. They're eyeing a big total here.
And they have just the batters to maximize these final 5. That's a good bit of running. Missed a few opportunities to pick up the additional run.
Whenever the ball travels to the boundary, you can take on the arm. Malaysia probably doesn't have a lot of strength to hit and contain those doubles. Might have to pull that again. There's an important thing for the Bangladeshi batters to exploit those options.
Yeah, 9 wides now today from Malaysia. There'll be at least 2 here as well. Just acres of open space. Now they're taking the third belatedly, but they've completed it so very easily. That's good work from Nigar Sultana Jyoti. She's the one who pushed Murshida. And now Nigar Sultana Jyoti is the one just catching her breath at the striker's end.
She ran well. She sensed that there was an opportunity because they don't have strong arms, the Malaysian fielders. It's a long boundary, 59 meters. There will always be more opportunities for you to convert those doubles into threes.
Now this one was just ambly walked across for a single. And Murshida Khatun would be delighted with her returns. Bangladesh should be delighted with the form of the top order. Yes, it's against Thailand and Malaysia, so there will be a much more stiff challenge in all likelihood against India. Semi-final. Oh, that's picked up nicely. There's a lot of work for the fielder. No chance. But there's a bittersweet feeling with that boundary. Because Murshida hit it into space, but while she was running, she's just crashed into the bowler.
Yeah, on the boundary. Again, the fielder in the deep was way too squarish. It's way front of the square actually. Had an ample room to pick that boundary up. Wasn't looking at the bowler. Oh. And straight away down she goes.
Well, I must say, Winifred Duraisingham is stronger than she lets off. Well, she's barely flinched, the Malaysian captain. Tiny frame, but a lot of bone and muscle there. Murshida's felt the brunt of it as she's gone into the 70s, but is just having the obligatory concussion check. By the looks of it, physio's out. Gee, she'd certainly like to carry on. The triple figure score for the taking. 71 of 54. She's just gone, pushed that strike rate in excess of 130, which is outstanding. And it's been an innings filled with boundaries of the bat of Murshida Khatun. 10 fours for her. Excellent opening stand with Dilara Akhtar, 72. Dilara herself just striking hard. Terrific 6 straight back over the bowler's head, finding the gaps. Malaysia guilty of bowling on all sides. And as we've seen, you get value for your shots here in Dambulla. Excellent catch by Elisa to dismiss Dilara Akhtar. Mahira Izzati Ismail with the wicket, but she struggled to bowl to Murshida Khatun. Some loose deliveries down the leg side, swept, pulled. Nigar Sultana Jyoti coming in at 3. Has also enjoyed her brief stay. This partnership building and looking dangerous. And that was just how the innings came to a bit of a halt, but we're all good to go. Again, Murshida Khatun. Winifred Duraisingham did not need any medical attention. In spite of being collided from the back, she's ready to go again.
.72 from Murshida. He's made most of it, especially the drop chance on 13. And if you get a chance, if you get a life, and go for a big innings.
Oh, that sounded so good. There is a fielder though, it's over. Or rather, it's through. Well, there is another opportunity, not an easy one. It was hit really well and with the breeze, was just carrying on even faster.
A lot of bottom hand coming in through for the Nigar. Just added few meters that breeze towards that direction. Wasn't on the line, the fielder. Had she been, would have been a different story maybe.
Well, Aisha in the deep. And also concluded an expensive over most of the innings, as Elsa Hunter will bowl the 17th.
The scoring has been decent, over 8. This is the 6th. Jyoti just bringing a lot of whip in that shot, bottom hand. Couldn't really judge it. The breeze doing the rest of it.
Will go on the bounce to the fielder. It was Noor Aisha in the deep with the attempt. In fact, she barely got a finger. It was hit really hard. They've had a tough outing, Malaysians. This is now Bangladesh's highest total in 2024. And Murshida looks to go big again. Once more, fielders hardly charged at the ball. It was in the air for a long time.
They're aiming for the boundaries, but they're not getting it. Probably lack of pace as well, but Murshida on 72. It's a hot day again, just coming down the track. Went through with the shot. Yorked herself, will pick up a single, but these sort of phases in your innings, now it's time for someone who could hit boundaries at ease. And when you look at the Asian teams, I think a standout in particularly for these sort of situations. We saw the day how Richa Ghosh came and effortlessly took the charge.
Oh, that is sweet. Once again the fielder is tested. Once again it's over her. This time it's well over the fielder. Murshida goes to 80 with a maximum.
150 up for Bangladesh. In the zone, Murshida is slightly opening up her stance, clearing the front leg to let that arms come through with ease. Just found the sweet spot off the bat for that maximum.
Yeah, it's her first 6 as well. Only the third rather of the innings. Gone! Well, they'll breathe a sigh of relief. Elsa Hunter has dismissed a dangerous looking Murshida Khatun. A wonderful innings comes to an end, and thankfully Malaysia hold on to the catch.
Yeah, she had to go. It was time that they should push harder and harder for those boundaries, just to shimmy down the track. It got a little bit too close to the ball, couldn't find the elevation, but good catch. And Dhanushri is a substitute fielder on field and did some contribution for Malaysia. A brilliant innings by Murshida Khatun, 80 of just 59. 2 down Bangladesh, 154.
Rumana, next batter in. Experienced campaigner Rumana Ahmed, 33 years of age, back in the side. Just came out for the finishing touches against Thailand. Bowled 3 tidy overs. Can she give them a bit of a finish here as well, along with her captain? And that was the last ball of the over. Here is Swabika Manivanan. Gentle seam and swing away. I think Jyoti's played her for the first time. She knows she'll have to find an option to either go with or against the angle. She's got long off and deep cover. Jyoti likes to go over mid-wicket. Well, Sharp bit of work at short cover in the last couple of overs. Now this is Dhanusri Mohan, who was dropped today, and she is on as a substitute fielder. That's a sharp catch. It was hit hard. It's an awkward height, and she put Chamari Athapattu down in the last game. She'll be feeling a lot better after that effort. And Swabika, who's just getting better with every game. Teenage left-arm swing bowler. He's just keeping things quiet.
Yeah, the better option for Nigar, if she wants to target that leg side, would be just go cross outside off stump and drag it towards that square leg area. That's an option for boundary.
Yeah, I think that's the aim. She's gone to mid-wicket again. She found the gap. Well, Malaysia have just turned up the standards in the last couple of overs. Good stuff. It's Noor Aisha. Missed an opportunity of Jyoti, but has done well here.
Yeah, they've fielded well in bits and pieces, but has to be all 20 overs if they want to make an impression.
She's not enjoying this angle, Nigar Sultana Jyoti. He's going to push for two. There's an opportunity. I think she's just in, even though ball was collected cleanly. I wonder if we'll go upstairs. We will. Umpire Silva has referred this to her colleague. Salima Imtiaz will adjudicate. They weren't entirely sure of taking the second. They took off a bit late. Yeah. Swabika's done well. Best she could. Batters ensured that she slides her bat in the appropriate manner. That's two good runs then from Jyoti and Romana.
Yeah, good running. Nigar wanted to be back on strike. Romana, for the first time in this edition, will be batting. Okay, just going, shuffling across. Push her. They needed a well-directed throw near the stumps.
Yeah, I think still a decent throw from so far back, but the good thing was Romana took off immediately. That's the area. That is a productive shot with the angle. She favors the leg side and she finishes with the boundary. 162 for 2, Bangladesh. Two overs to go. Does look like the Raisingham and possibly Swabika Manivanan, the new ball bowlers, will clear the innings out. Romana to face her first ball. Oh, a couple of chances. Hot potato. Put down. Aina Najwa has had a tough day in the field. She put Murshida down on 13, missed a few, and that's another opportunity.
No, nothing much to say. It wasn't hit that hard, but just couldn't really keep eyes on the ball.
And more inefficient moments in the field for Malaysia. They'd really be disappointed with that. That's something they can control.
Just allow the ball to get too close. You need to extend your arms. That's where you can get a better view where the ball is coming in your arms, or just swaying away a little.
Well, they're going to push for two again. I think the dive actually might have just arrested the pace at which that ball was hit. And just have to have a moment of calmness as well. You have perhaps the second attempt or the third attempt. Heart rate just spikes at that point. And she'll just be happy to get off the field in 9 balls. One more may come her way, got to be ready.
Yeah, just the hard hands also, just popping it again and again.
Quick single. They've gone upstairs again, I think. Or they've gone up in appeal at least. Umpire says no, she's confident. Quick single again. This is now Bangladesh's second highest team total ever. Goes past the 158 they got against the United States in September 2022. And it'll stay their second highest score. Yeah, Romana's run responded instantly without hesitation. That's why she's made a couple of these tricky singles and doubles look easy. Up and over in the gap. And that'll be another boundary, a first for Rumana Ahmed.
That's her role, that's her strength. The ball, the Risingham is not offering a lot of pace. They need to go and craft it and muscle it. And that's exactly what Rumana has done. Slightly going offline, trying to create some room for that bat to clear the path easily.
Yeah, right in the slot. Risingham just needs to pull the length back a little bit. She gets away with one, and Romana misses out on one. 1-7-2 for 2, 1 over to play. Highest total for Bangladesh in this tournament today. 1-7-2 for 2, going past the 142 in Sindhya. Final over. Big shot attempted. Catch put down again. And Noor Aisha has had an afternoon to forget. What's worse, she has a smile. It's nice to see, but what's worse is it's gone for 4.
She was well settled there, waited for the ball to come. It was straight down the throat. Jyoti again just crafting that slog sweep. Should have taken another step forward. That would have been an easy catchable height. And there, the ball is out of your sight and couldn't really contain the boundary as well. Now they've switched her. Another fielder appointed there by Winifred.
Well, 176 now, Bangladesh with Nigar Sultana Jyoti on 49. 50 for the Bangladesh captain. Nigar Sultana Jyoti stands tall. Her 8th T20I half century, all as captain. A 2nd in the Asia Cup and a 3rd in this calendar year. It's been a disappointing year, but it looks like Jyoti has just lifted this team to win in the last one and runs throughout, striking at 156.
She loves to take on the challenge. That's the sort of character she has, and she's exactly done that. 34-53. Now, her strength, she likes to sweep it, knew exactly where the fielder was, just needed to beat that infield. Done in style, she'll be delighted.
Just over. Will scamper through for 2, takes Nigar Sultana Jyoti on 55.
It's good running. They have to go for everything now. Just again shuffling across, trying to open that leg side area. That's where she prefers to get her scores going.
Squatted away again. Didn't get all of it. There's a fielder now there. Looking at how Bangladesh captain's taken a liking to that region. 184. Bangladesh's all-time high score is 255. Nigar Sultana Jyoti got 100 that day against the Maldives in 2019. Bowlers did the job, dismissing the opposition for 6. 249 run win. Kept the stats team busy that day. And again, when they posted their second highest total, yes, Murshida's got a score, top score. But you always have Jyoti among the runs when Bangladesh do well. Again, Swabika finish off. She's come back well with 2 boundaries. And then just 4 of the bat and a wide. There's a lot to like about Swabika. This will be her last ball in the tournament. Now, where is Jyoti looking at for this final ball? Oh, she goes big. That is 6. A powerful way to end a power-packed performance from Bangladesh with the bat. Jyoti finishes it off in style with a 6 to take her to 62 as Bangladesh post 191.
Lined her up pretty well. Just a shimmy down the track and all the way it went. It has been a great handy knock from the captain herself. A strike rate of 167.6. That's exactly what Bangladesh needed going into the business end. They've posted 191, just losing 2 wickets. And a great partnership, 37, just of 19 among these two.
Yeah, it's just been the perfect result after winning the toss. And that's now their second highest total ever in T20Is. 191, 255 they got against Maldives. She got 100 that day as well. Nigar Sultana Jyoti, and a quick fire 50 today as Bangladesh post their highest total in the history of the Women's Asia Cup, their second highest all time. Well, it's a top order now that's found some form after a disappointing game against Sri Lanka. 33 in quick time from Dilara Akhtar and Murshida Khatun. Back-to-back half centuries, just anchoring the innings at a very healthy strike rate. Nigar Sultana Jyoti coming at 3 today and just lasted 37 balls, 62, 5 fours and 2 sixes. Bangladesh post 191 for 2.
Yeah, the openers, they made sure they cashed in the opportunities provided earlier. 65 opening partnership amongst Lara and Murshida. But 89, that's what put Bangladesh right on the track to post their second highest. Nigar and Murshida Khatun, 89 just of 61.
Right, Murshida Khatun would be very happy with her performance. Here she is now with Athar Ali Khan.
I'm with Murshida Khatun. What a lovely innings. অসাধারণ একটা innings. কেমন লাগছে?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ খুবই ভালো লাগছে যে এরকম একটা ইনিংস ক্যারি করতে পেরেছি। ফিনিশ করলে আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আরো ভালো হতো।
446 রান ঢাকা উইমেন্স প্রিমিয়ার লিগে লিডিং রান গেটার ছিলে। তারপরে শুধু আজকে নয়, তার আগে ম্যাচে আরেকটা 50। রিয়েলি গুড ফর্ম। বাংলাদেশ টিমের জন্য এটা কিন্তু গুরুত্বপূর্ণ, টপ অর্ডারে রান করছে, এটাই দরকার সামনেও।
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আমি চেষ্টা করছি যে আমার যে রাইট ওয়েতেই আমার হার্ডওয়ার্ক, আমার প্রসেস অনুযায়ী আগানোর জন্য আগাইছি, এই জন্যই মনে হয়েছে। আর প্রিমিয়ার লিগটা আসলে টোটালি খুব লাস্ট 6 মাস আমি খুব হার্ডওয়ার্ক করেছি। দ্যাটস ওয়াই আই ফিনিশ প্রিমিয়ার লিগ।
ব্যাটিংয়ের প্ল্যানটা বেশ অ্যাটাকিং ব্যাটিং করেছেন আপনি। 10টে 4, একটা 6 আজকের ইনিংসে 80। এটা অবশ্যই কংগ্রাচুলেশনস। highest T20 international score আপনার?
অবশ্যই আমি সবসময় চেষ্টা করি টিম প্ল্যান নিয়ে খেলার জন্য, টিমের যেটা ডিমান্ড থাকে ওই অনুযায়ী খেলার জন্য, আর আমি বল টু বল খেলার ট্রাই করেছি, এটাই আর কি।
ধন্যবাদ। এবং চেসটা অনেক বড় টোটাল, তারপরে বোলাররা চিন্তা করবেন আপনারা কি আসলে ভালো বোলিং করে যত তাড়াতাড়ি যদি অল
অবশ্যই
করতে পারলে ভালো।
অবশ্যই আমাদের বোলিং সাইড অল টাইম ভালো করে, তো ইনশাল্লাহ এটার জন্য ওরা আরও ইয়ে করতে পারবে।
Murshida Khan is very pleased because she's been working very hard. Remember, she was the leading run getter in the 50-over format, Dhaka Women's Premier League with 446 runs. She concentrated on initially to bat through, and when she got set, she looked to pick up boundaries. And she feels that, yes, it is important for her to give this kind of a start in the rest of the matches, and hopefully they can bowl the opposition out cheaply. Thank you very much. Back upstairs.
Thank you very much to Athar Ali Khan, and nice to hear from Murshida Khatun. She's played superbly. It was hard work for Malaysia's bowlers because of the way Murshida and Nigar Sultana Jyoti batted. Just Mahira Izzati Ismail and Elsa Hunter with a wicket each. Well, the innings started with the openers taking on Malaysian bowling. They found it hard against Sri Lanka, and they found it hard today against Bangladesh as well. Understandably, they didn't make matters easy. Put down Murshida on 30, Naina Najwa at point. She would have a few more forgettable moments in the field, but Dilara Akhtar showed no mercy. Murshida Khatun was punishing deliveries that were either too wide or too straight. This was an exceptional moment though. First wicket to dismiss Dilara Akhtar, Mahira Izzat Ismail, the bowler. And then Nigar Sultana Jyoti walked out and just carried on the carnage on her way to 62 of 37, the Bangladesh captain, while Murshida got to consecutive half-century. Just loves anything on her pads. There's a slight incident where she had to get some medical attention. She got into her 70s. Then she just shifted gears and cleared that front leg. The substitute fielder Dhanushri did well to take a sharp chance to give Elsa Hunter the wicket of Murshida Khatun, but it was hit and miss from Malaysia in the field at best. Romana Ahmed with a couple of boundaries to finish, and Nigar Sultana Jyoti just got to a half-century in style. She also finished the innings off in style, that massive six. 191 then for Bangladesh. They're looking good with a semi-final spot at stake. Malaysia will need 192, and that run chase is coming up very shortly.
Welcome back. We've just seen an awesome batting performance by Bangladesh. The second highest team score in the tournament. 191 for 2 in 20 overs. A very challenging and a tough 9.55 runs per over is what they scored at. To look at Murshida Khatun, 80, and then Nigar Sultana Jyoti, 62 of 37. Just took on the bowling. The last 5 overs, 59 runs, and really put the Malaysian bowlers to the sword. And this is a wonderful start for Murshida Khatun. She batted brilliantly. And the second back-to-back half century. Lovely drives. Was very much in control. To me, she looks in very good touch. Unfortunately, she missed out on 100 because she was well set on getting there. Yeah, it was a fine innings. Very fine innings. So, Malaysia has a mountain to climb here. And let's show you the bowling figures. Really a lot of learning for them. Really a lot of learning. Elsa Hunter, the big 1 for 27 at an economy of 6.8, but the rest of the bowling really struggled. So Malaysia, they're in pursuit of 192 in 20 overs. They've never scaled such heights. I sometimes wonder whether they'll be able to do it here. But let's see. As they will want to go out on a high. They will want to give a good account of themselves. As I say, a very good afternoon to Marina and Atta.
Well, that's a mammoth task ahead of them, but you don't need to look at it as a whole. As I'm Aina Hamiza. He's got plenty of experience. He's got some runs going on as well. They just need to divide it into phases. First of all, look at the power play, how they can go about it. When Julia has been an experienced one, scoring most of the runs for Malaysia as well. So they've got 2 steady batters up out front, but the task is not going to be easy, especially with Jahanara got her way into the playing 11. She's got ample experience, really good bowler, intelligent one, and she won't give runs away easily.
Yeah, Jahanara, she will open the bowling. Aina and Julia, the openers for Malaysia. We know that Julia got a half century.
Let's play.
That was against Thailand, a very fine fighting knock. Jahanara starts off, goes past the outside edge, no real feet movement, pitched up, and just a way swing beating the outside edge.
Well, this is a surprise for me to see the different opening combination from the Malaysian team. Remember, you spoke about that 50 that Vanjulia got against Thailand, and also adding to the fact that they added 68 for the opening partnership. Where is the skipper from Malaysia? She opened the innings on that particular day. She's not around. This is a very big total. Done and dusted. First couple of delivery outs at the off tummy. She comes back and she is picked up a wicket in her very first over.
As expected, Jahanara hitting that nagging length. She's got some decent pace behind her. She's experienced enough to judge what areas to bowl. No footwork whatsoever. The bat is hanging away from her. Got this good tickle and rest was done by the skipper Nigar. First blow for Malaysia on not, and Jahanara strikes straight away. They'll be delighted. And are back in the hut without troubling the scorers. Malaysia 1 down on not.
Well, she's very impressive as a batter. 43 matches, average in the low 20s, a strike rate of 90. And she's looked a player with good technique, Elsa Hunter. And you could see that straight away gets behind the line and punches it back up the pitch. Another look of the first wicket. Again, feet going nowhere. Bat hung out. And an outside edge. And a fairly straightforward and a simple chance to the skipper. Good outswing as well. The strong breeze aiding Jahanara's outswing. Found the outside edge. Straightforward. In fact, a fairly simple chance to the captain. Off the mark. Only a single.
I've played a lot of cricket against Jahanara, and one thing for sure I can tell you, if you play her from the crease, she'll get you out every time. So you need to utilize that crease, either step outside to counter that swing, because she's an intelligent bowler, and don't forget, she's a genuine outswinger, but she has that odd ball that comes back in, or at times just holds its line. So you have to be very smart in terms of footwork playing her.
She's got a slip in. Julia on strike. When Julia has a half century against her name. She's going full, Jahanara.
Yeah, Bangladesh women's team were involved in a domestic competition, which was a 50-over affair, the Dhaka Women's Premier League, and Jahanara Alam went on to become the leading wicket taker in that tournament. 25 wickets in 9 matches. She's coming with some good form. Really good for Bangladesh. Featuring for the very first time, remember this, for the very first time in this edition of the Women's Asia Cup.
Dot to end the over. Good start for Bangladesh. Malaysia 1 for 1. Nahida Akhtar. Again, 97 wickets. 86 games. Plenty of experience here. And Malaysian girls, Malaysian ladies are going to be up against it. Against a bowling attack such as this. Experience, craft, ability. So much, everything put together.
Nahida Akhtar, smart operator. She's another wise bowler for Bangladesh. She can turn the ball, but with new one, she aims at stumps with a flatter trajectory. Gives away nothing at all.
She's got a very easy action, economical action. I love to see economical bowling actions because it makes you bowl with control. Because the release points are predictable and you know you're in control of it. Short delivery. Has a fielder in the deep. Well, let's take a look at Nahida's action. It's very simple, easy action. Left arm orthodox. Comes off a few paces. And really drives that hip reasonably well. She would like to push it a little bit harder. Get that back leg land in front of that front leg of hers so that she will get a little bit more rotation. Another single.
She is the vice captain and she's been leading that attack for Bangladesh for quite a long time. 97 wickets. She started well. She's picked up 3 wickets against Sri Lanka. Didn't pick up a wicket in the last match against Thailand. She has been very economical. Look at that turn. She's bowling with the new ball and getting a little bit more grip. Lovely delivery.
Yeah, it's not easy to take her on. You have to have a very good technique and you have to be quick on your feet to just that length.
Again, that teasing delivery. Just making a play at it, Hunter. The ball didn't travel or carry to slip, but you could see that there was so much a loop, the drop. She was nowhere. She was pushing at it. Very, very lucky.
Not a wise choice to play against spinners. No footwork whatsoever.
And they want a single. They'll get the single. That's better. She was looking to come down the pitch. 2 overs done. Malaysia 4 for 1. Four for 1, 2 overs done. Well, there was this outside edge found. Fell short of the slip fielder. Well short of the slip fielder, in fact. Would have been a good catch had she been able to dive forward. I like this technique. I like the way Hunter gets into line, gets behind the line, plays it with the full face of the bat. A bit of Jahanara Alam. Okay, Murtaza, Mashrafi Murtaza is a favorite cricketer, if not a cricketer, a chef. Oh, first cricketing metric, a hat-trick against Hong Kong in 2008. You wouldn't forget those. A hat-trick is a very rare achievement. Punched. Very good looking shot by Elsa Hunter. She gets a boundary. Excellently played.
Runs were due on Elsa Hunter. By far, she is the most technical and solid batter for Malaysia. Today is the time to deliver, and it's not easy. Just pitched up, waited for it, played beneath her eyes. Slightly squaring up, create that room and open the face of the bat.
Yeah, that was a little bit over pitched, and it got the treatment. She just needs to pull it back a bit.
Good leave. That's a very good leave. She's getting good outswing. Elsa Hunter, I mean, every time you look at her, you get impressed by her technique. And sometimes you wonder whether it is the coaching, or whether it is natural talent, or whether it's a combination of both. Either way, she looks very, very impressive. Oh, shot. There is a fielder, but a very good execution. She was hitting it into the breeze, but look at the way she placed that shot.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. She has the tendency to bring it back into the right-handers as well. That's a surprise delivery. But the line wasn't right, and even the length actually helped Elsa to play with freedom.
Nicely played. Whipping it. Strong wrists. On the bounce. But well played. Or Julia on strike. Two different techniques, Julia and Elsa Hunter.
Yeah, just on Elsa Hunter, she has 3 T20 international 50s, high of 69 against Nepal this year. She needs to fire up with the bat. She's missed out. She's not been among the runs for her team, but she has an opportunity today.
This will be runs, wides, and they'll come back for 2. So that's 3 runs to Malaysia. It's a gift. See, if you compare Julia's batting and Elsa Hunter's batting, you understand the point I'm trying to make. So Julia, to me, looks a manufactured player, someone who started cricket late but coached. But to me, Elsa appears to be carrying a lot of natural talent in her.
There is an apparent difference in terms of footwork for both of them. Hunter is more productive on footwork.
Oh. 12 for 1. 12 for 1. 3 overs done. Malaysia's target is 192. So Nahida will continue. She started the first over, 3 dots and 3 runs. Slip in. This is Jasmine, not Nahida. Nahida bowled 1 over, now Jasmine coming on. Again another left arm spinner. Bangladesh seem to be well served in the spin department.
Yeah, not just left arm spin, also right arm leg spin. Picked up 2 wickets in the previous match. And it is a great asset, isn't it, to have spinners, and then the bunch that Bangladesh has in terms of the kind of spin options they possesses. Really uplift the morale of the team, because they feel that even on low scoring affairs they can go and defend it. What a lovely shot that is. Just a touch shot. And yes, she's put that away for a boundary. Again, it's Elsa Hunter who's picked up her second one.
That's the class of Elsa Hunter. Shot like these make you wonder why hasn't she been scoring runs. Just a shuffle across, went enough deep to create that room. And full follow through of the bat. Lovely timing, superb timing on that one.
Excellent feet movement. Gets into position very quickly. That time on the front foot. Looks so easy on the eye, though she's moving forward, whether she's moving forward or back. So easy, so correct. Shot off the back foot and then on the front foot, looking to ease it away on the offside. See, again, good fielding, but you need to take a look at that shot.
Yeah, she's been timing it nicely, hasn't she, Elsa Hunt? And it's important for her to realize that she needs to play a vital role here for her team. When you get a good start in, you got to cash in. 12 of 16 now. Another good-looking shot straight to the fielder.
She possesses a very good repertoire as a batter. 4 overs done, 16 for 1. (16 for 1). Well, Elsa Hunter. Those are her favorite cricketers. If not a cricketer, she's an engineer. And favorite athlete. Yeah, that's Ashley Party. Well, interesting choices as far as she's concerned. I somehow don't see the match between a cricketer and an engineer.
Well, at least she's wise enough, and that sort of mindset brings a lot to the cricket ground as well. You have to be intelligent and wise to adjust quickly, to pick up your weaknesses and strengths, and you can see that in Elsa. She learns quickly.
Jahanara continuing. 3 overs on the trot.
Favorite athlete, Ashley Party, has gone on to win 3 Grand Slam titles. Wimbledon, US Open and the French Open.
Obviously, someone who likes, Elsa obviously likes to play games involving rackets and balls and bats. That's why she has such role models that she follow, and you could see the reason why she bats so well. So she's fond of that aspect of a game.
She also plays cricket and golf. Got some serious skills there.
Driven. Should be cut off. On drive is not an easy shot to play, but that was well executed.
Yeah, opening up the innings, I think, allows Elsa Hunter to play more freely. Whenever she was playing 1 down and number 3, that has an added pressure of a wicket already fallen, and I think probably that's why the captain has decided to drop herself down. Don't forget, Bangladesh has got some splendid spinners coming up. Probably she had a better chance to face them off rather than leaving it to the other teammates. They can be vulnerable against the leg spinners. Rabia, we haven't seen Shorna ball, but definitely Rumana had a good day with the bat. She'll definitely be bowling. And Hunter just getting that opportunity to go freely about the business.
That's gone fine. That should run away to the boundary. Slightly offline. Good players pounce on them. Elsa Hunter is definitely doing that. She's moved now to 16 with 3 fours.
Probably trying a little too hard. Janara straying down the leg, and all she needed to do was find just enough board on it. Went hard for it, and that's exactly what you do when there's an offline delivery. Will pick up a boundary by ease.
Last ball of the 5th over. We've got 5 runs in this so far. Square of the wicket, that's 4, short and wide. This is Elsa Hunter at her best. She's moved to 20 of 20. Malaysia 25 for 1.
Well, Elsa Hunter just showing us abundance of talent that she possesses and why she's so highly rated and looked at as one for the future. She's the only batter who got the ball to the boundary against Sri Lanka. Innings that was hard work for Malaysia otherwise. Juan Julia started the tournament with a half century, so they've got the right 2 batters there. You can just put on a score. Better show than what we saw against Sri Lanka. It's plenty they can take home. Good afternoon to Isabel Joyce.
Thanks, Ranat. It's lovely to see these 2 batting together. The 2 premier batters for Malaysia, aside from their captain, of course, Winnie, who'll be heartened from the sideline watching how they've gone about it. Well, Juan Julia started the tournament well. She'll be looking to finish it just as well.
Yeah, captain's actually decided to demote herself today. No Winifred Duraisingam at the top of the order. And Julia continuing to open with Elsa Hunter continuing to take number 3, and she looks good. 4 boundaries so far. Has she claimed it? Has she caught it? If she has, it's a brilliant bit of work by Nahida Akhtar. And that's a big one, subject to confirmation from the officials.
Well, the batter certainly thinks that she caught it. Looking to play it leg side. She's got the leading edge. She set off late, Nahida Akhtar, but it's an excellent catch. And she celebrated straight away. She knew that she'd taken the catch. Perfect technique. They put so much work into this cotton bowls, Bangladesh. Whenever they're training, you can see the coach in the middle of the pitch throwing catches at them as soon as they've bowled the ball. So a promising looking innings from Elsa Hunter. She looked excellent, stylish to the eye. 20 from 23, Malaysia 26 for 2.
Now the captain walks in. Winifred Duraisingam in at number 4 today. Opened in the previous 2 games. 350s and is the most experienced player in this side. Hoping a different batting number leads to a different result. You take nothing away from Naida Akhtar.
Yeah, have a look at this. She was ready for it, got the hands in front early. That's where she did well, got the body forward as well, so the dive was good.
And successful over comes to an end to finish the power play. Malaysia 26 for 2.
Well, the power play started out very much in Bangladesh's favour. It was a wicket first up for the returning Jahanara Alam. She got the outside edge straight away to get Bangladesh even more on the front foot if they needed any more after 191. This was a half chance, but after that, Elsa Hunter entertained us with some stylish batting through the offside, in particular good on the front foot, until this wicket went down right at the end. She'd be disappointed not to have been able to take her team further into the game, as Bangladesh, well, they haven't let Malaysia get away with things. They come outside the power play.
Star from the last game has ball in hand. Rabea. 4 for 14 against Thailand. Deserving player of the match effort. Finally ending Bangladesh's losing streak this calendar year. And already creating doubt in the minds of the batter.
At the pitch reports, we spoke about the length you need to bowl. Rabea's found it straight away, just about 4 metres. Pretty slow turn, but if you get it full, then you get your reward.
Yeah, she's not the conventional leg break. Doesn't give it a rip like Romana Ahmed does. And doesn't look like Juan Julia is picking her.
There's definitely room in the game for a spin bowler like this. A sweep shot, when you can't tell how it's turning, get the sweep out. But out the front of the hand just gives you a bit more control. In women's cricket, your hands are smaller, so if you can keep the thumb on, then that can help with control. Just takes out those full tosses. 2 slips in now. They fancy an edge.
Yeah, it's good to see from Jyoti attacking.
We'll just have a look here at the way she grips the ball. Thumb is off, and then just at the last second it's on, right out the front of the hand. You won't turn massively with that, but you'll get more control.
She's unplayable for Juan Julia. Yeah, it's not as much wrist. There's a lot of conventional leg breaks used. It's more side of the hand and more the fingers.
It's almost like a finger spinner that goes the other way, like an off, like a cutter. That's a good looking sweep shot. Gets all of that finally. A good over, 5 dots, but closes out with a boundary. Excellent striking in the end. That one ends with the boundary. 30 for 2 after 7.
Well, the last over from Rabea was testing for Juan Julia. It was either miss or sweep. And this time the sweep made good contact. Rabea was trying perhaps for the magic ball.
It is the problem with this type of pitch. You know you have to pitch it up because it's quite slow, but with that length, the sweep comes into play. So if you can play the sweep shot, you shouldn't be in too much danger. If you don't have the sweep shot, it's very difficult to bat against spinners on this wicket.
And this is Jasmine now. So they're swapping their bowlers around. Nahida with a wicket, final over of the power play, but she's keeping her bowlers on their toes. The slip in place for Durai Singham, who is now off the mark, the Malaysian captain. I'm sure we'll see Rabea again next over. And she wouldn't mind that Juan Julia's only option is the sweep. Jyoti's been busy today, doesn't have the wicket-keeping gloves on. Took a few unpleasant takes. Speaking to her at the end of the game, and Asked her how her hands are doing. She says, hands are never fine when you're keeping. They're never always right. Now they want 2. And they get it. Dilara Akhtar taking the gloves today.
They took off well here. This is exactly how Elsa Hunter should have played that delivery. She was out off, with the, showing more face of the bat. They didn't even turn and go very quickly, so this is poor from Bangladesh. They need to find a way to stop those 2s. Perhaps the fielder coming in would have been a better option. The coach isn't happy. They need to figure that out.
Yeah, only her second game, Sabikun Nahar Jasmine. 2 wickets in her final over on debut.
So for this 2 that they ran, the fielder coming in from the boundary, you have to watch what the batter's doing. How they shape up dictates what you do. So these fielders on the leg side, they're just making sure they're not too deep. They need to read the batter. If they don't play an expansive shot, you already need to be running in. That's the only way to save the 2. So we should, when we're looking from above, we should see them running in even when the ball's not hit to them, because you're reading the batter and what their intention is. If they shape up for a big shot, then you stand still.
Yeah, they're not power hitters, these 2. And that's what they'll try to do more of. So fielders in the boundary need to attack the ball. Shorna Akhtar's one of the better ones. It's 4 runs from Jasmine's second over. Malaysia 34 for 2. They've lost 2, including Elsa Hunter, and so much depends on her. You can't help but think that as they look to close out the Women's Asia Cup campaign, Malaysia, they'll rue the fact that they didn't get over the line against Thailand that opening game. Started well, were in the game, ahead of the game, large part of the chase. Yeah, that's a line that she's more comfortable with. Dilara Akhtar has asked the question. No harm done.
Bit of respect being shown for one Juliet. 3 fielders out on the leg side now. I know she's got the sweep in her armory. That was excellent work from Jessamine at 45. They're going to take on the fielder. Has to hit. Doesn't.
Would have been out if she hit, and would have been a spectacular bit of work from Rabea. Gee, they really keep her on her toes. Everyone yelling, screaming. It's the right information. Had to throw off balance, and that just would have been a special effort had she hit the stumps.
Brilliant athleticism coming through in this Bangladesh team. We were so impressed by the whole team at the Under-19 World Cup, but the youth coming through, the way that they've gone about their fielding just speaks volumes for what's coming forward for Bangladesh.
Yeah, actually still don't mind that over-attacking ploy in the last over. I'm surprised Jyoti's taken the second fielder out. Slips, there's a slip in a gully previous over. Just try and push Rabea to bowl on an off-stump line just outside. Yeah, somewhere there, perhaps a bit fuller. And what Julia and Durai Singham are looking to do is nudge it against the turn on the leg side, by and large. They're not going to try and loft you straight or up over cover. Brings that slip in.
And a little bit slower, I think, as well. She's quite quick through the air, which can keep things tight, but isn't as dangerous for maybe players who aren't as physically strong. Take a little bit of pace off, maybe just outside off. Just like that.
Yep, there. That's what we want to see more of. I think what she's seeing is that the batter has only one option, which is to go across the line. She's not looking to guide it or play it through the offside, which would bring the slip in perhaps a bit more. Gave very little away that over. Rabea just 2 off it. 36 for 2, Malaysia. Sri Lanka, the hosts, in red hot form. The final group game of the Women's Asia Cup later this evening. Don't go anywhere. We're up to the business end now very quickly. Match number 12. Yeah, one thing I wouldn't mind seeing from Malaysia is just go and have some fun now. I think barring Elsa Hunter, they're all suited to just working the ball in gaps. Naturally, I'm sure any batter, no matter what level, whatever stage, you want to go out there and just hit boundaries. You want to at least try.
Just hit boundaries. Take the word just out of your vocabulary there. I'd just like to see you try, Ronak. That's a nice looking shot. A little bit more pace, bit of width. Beautifully played. Waited for that one nicely. First boundary for the captain. She just went about it perfectly.
That's what I mean. Look for the runs within your repertoire, the shots within your repertoire. That'll get you runs. And she loved that, Durai Singham. She was smiling as she ran.
The problem with that one is that that's a poor delivery from the bowler for the field she has set. So if you're waiting for that to happen, then you're only going to score every now and then. I think what you meant was make something happen. So I'd like to see them maybe move around in the crease laterally. Look to expand their shot selection, because these spinners will just bowl stump to stump, and if you just let them bowl at you, then you're not going to score more than 6 and over.
That is exactly what I meant. Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, just play fearlessly. Play with freedom.
Needed a woman's touch to explain that one. Yeah, I'd like to see them just... it's the last game of the tournament. You've been out there, you've had a look, you know what bowling is coming. What kind of inventive shot can you pull out of the repertoire?
I thought I'm going to pull out after that ball, but we'll have to reload now. Yeah, and if you try and get, at least punish the balls that are loose, find gaps that are there to be found, get a few errors like that. Adjustment with a wide, it's overzealed at 5. And it's a single to finish. Halfway stage, Malaysia, 42 for 2. And it's time for the players and the officials to take drinks.
.42 for 2 in 10 overs, Malaysia. No surprises. Seeing Bangladesh dominating this game, making 191 for 2, and Malaysia 42 for 2. And struggling at the moment. They struck with the first ball. And then Elsa Hunter looked very good. Bangladesh spinners teased them. She played some delightful shots, good technique. Really sumptuous shots. Before, a good cotton ball accounted for her dismissal. So she made 20. Bangladesh was never really in the hunt. Their asking rate now is 15 runs. The original rate was 9.6. It's about Malaysia giving a good account of themselves. They know that it is a tough ask. So Bangladesh bowling. Janar Alam had a wicket. Mahida also has a wicket. The others have been good as well. So that's a look at the game. They need 150 of 60 balls. It's a mountain as far as they're concerned to climb. It looks well and beyond them. But as I said, they'll want to give a good account of themselves, Malaysia, as they play in the last of this tournament. And then the big round, the semi-final round. First happens on the 26th, the first game. And then later at 7 o'clock, the second game. India play the first game, Pakistan plays in the second. And the big final on the 28th Sunday. That happens at 3 p.m.
Yeah, Hunter was scoring runs with ease, but the good thing is Juan Julia and the captain is still out in the middle. Ritti Moni will continue the proceedings. Juan Julia is amongst the run scorers for Malaysia. Winifred Duresingham is experienced enough. And this partnership will be very crucial for Malaysia if they want to get anywhere near the target, but they still need to divide and face the threat of Bengali spinners.
So Ritu replacing Rabia. Nice punched off the back foot.
Yeah, Ritu Muni in the attack. It's been a difficult one for Malaysia throughout the tournament, not only in this match. Yes, they've only lost 2 wickets, couple of wickets, but the run rate really far away from the required one. There you go, another one. This time it's Ritu Muni who picks up a wicket in a second delivery of the very first over.
Yes, good to see Nigar just utilizing all the resources she has before the big semi-finals. Just giving some more confidence to Ritti Moni. No footwork again, just staying back, that back foot going back, creating more room. It was neither forward nor backward. Caught on the crease. And Ritti Moni celebrated the innings. Juan Julia had scored runs, but not today. Gone on 11. Malaysia 3 down on 43.
So Mahira Ismail is the new batter in 51 games. She's got a strike rate of 63, a best of 44. The average is a Bori, just under 11. Like this action. Very nice bowling action by Ritu. Doesn't run in too much, but looks the skiddy type of bowler. Nice release, nice follow through.
Yeah, just the lack of footwork. Trying to angle it with the bat, but look at those feet going nowhere. And it does skids on. Ritu Moni is that sort of a bowler.
Place and miss. Standing up to the stumps, Dilara. Ritu obviously is not expressed, but she is fairly nippy by the looks of it. The wicket she had, she just zipped on to the batter. As you said, feet movement nowhere, but just beat her off the pitch. Hint of movement, just a hint of movement away.
Yeah, she's a good option for Bangladesh because they've only gone on with 2 seamers. Janar Alam, who's playing her first match, has been a touch expensive. But to have someone like Ritu Muni in the 11 is a good option to have because she can also bat. Don't forget that. So she's a genuine all-rounder for her team. And it's a really good over, really successful over. Comes to an end, the first one from her, 44 for 3.
44 for 3. Nahida, she's bowled 2 overs and 8 dots in those 2 overs. Just 4 runs and a wicket. One thing about the Bangladesh spinners are that they are very, very economical. They're very difficult to get away. We've seen them do that even before. They just tie the batters down and just makes it so difficult for a batting unit. Because they're active all the time. They build dots. They don't give you boundaries. And you suddenly realize that you're getting into almost an impossible situation.
One thing the Malaysian batters need to learn is how to play the spinners. They need to use the crease. Lined her up, wanted to go for the big shot. Nahida Akhtar way too smart and accurate. It's not easy to put her away for runs. Another one down for Malaysia.
They're in trouble. They're in serious trouble. They have no clue how to cope up with the likes of Nahida Akhtar. She gets another one. The skipper goes for 8. And Malaysia in all sorts of trouble at 45 for 4.
Aina Najwa, 40 games, average under 10. But she's so good, Nahida. She's got 2 for 5 into the 3rd over.
Everything is falling in the right place at the right time for Bangladesh going into the semi-finals against Nahida Akhtar. Will need to be at her best. Not just the bowlers. Remember, Bangladesh have also posted their highest total in the Women's Asia Cup today. When they scored 191 for 2. So getting into the semi-final, they're getting everybody in some sort of form straight to the field. And they'll be a touch disappointed perhaps the way Jahanara Alam has bowled. She has been expensive. She's gone for 18 in 3 overs. Yes, she did manage to pick up a wicket. Remember, Marufa Akhtar has been rested, so maybe they just wanted to have a good look at Jahanara Alam. Yes, a waft. And that is also against the spin, not the right option.
Let turn and bounce there. Sliding down the leg side. They won't get a single. 12 done, 46 for 4. .46 for 4. Target 192. You spoke about Bangladesh's batting and the way they have bowled. The big semi-final coming up. And I think wins like this will give them so much of confidence and the momentum going into the semi-final. Sharna Akhtar coming on. So that will serve them very well going into a game with a big win, heads held high, confidence level pretty high, batters in form, bowlers in good rhythm. So plenty boxes ticked as far as Bangladesh is concerned. Here's some leg spin. It's a wide.
Yeah, another good thing for the Bangladesh is that Nigar Sultana has definitely tried each and every bowler, even in terms of their batters as well before the big match. So it gives every player a bit of a match practice in the middle.
It's a good option to have quick single taken to see you, the players mentally tough under pressure, because the last two matches have been pretty easy, to be really honest, for Bangladesh. But they wanted to get into a winning trend, winning momentum. They started their campaign losing that first match against Sri Lanka, and knowing they're up against probably the best side so far we've seen in this edition of the Women's Asia Cup, India. They look phenomenal. With the bat, with the ball, their body language have been outstanding. So they need to be at their best when they take on India in the semi-final. And so far what they've done in the last two matches, they look to stamp their authority. And if they can continue to do that in similar fashion in the semi-final, then you never know.
Well, I think Bangladesh's strength, besides the way they bat, is the spin. It's pretty apparent, it's pretty obvious. Spoke about having leg spinners. I think wrist spinners are a luxury, and they are match spinners. And very few teams, as we were told, have wrist spinners in their side. So many, in fact. And it's good to have quality wrist spinners to call on different types. And if you look at the T20 circuit around the world, it's all wrist spinners who are winning games and topping those rankings. A pace on the bounce. It's a good start to the over. 48 for 4. So just to remind you about the Asia Cup winners so far. Well, India. And just Bangladesh have been able to stop them. Otherwise, it would have been just a one-way street.
They've been outstanding, but remember in that year, 2018, when Bangladesh did go on to win the Women's Asia Cup, they got the better of India not once but twice. Also in the group stages, they managed to beat them, and then in the final. So they need to remember that. I know it's been far off. It's been 6 years now since they went on to create history by winning the Women's Asia Cup for the very first time. But performances like these will certainly uplift the morale of the whole team. The self-belief gets stronger. They're not up against a very strong opposition. And I don't mean no harm to Malaysia. It is a learning curve. But they need to learn quickly, learn fast, and get better in terms of their skills in all departments.
See, I think that's the key. We talk about exposure, we talk about learning curves, but what do they take out of it? And how do they improve? Have they got better the next time they come out? See, that's what one needs to really look at when it comes to associates. Behind square leg, should run away to the boundary. The 50 is up for Malaysia.
Yeah, nicely done by Mahira on this occasion. She knew where the field was. The line wasn't accurate enough. Just allowed the freedom to put some bat on it. It's helping on its way with the angle. We need to take in regard one thing for these teams coming and playing this, that they had played a whole different level of competition till now. Now they've played against Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. And they would understand and reflect that where they stand in terms of the skills that they have and what they need to improve. Not just skill-wise, but also the mental strength, the fitness levels, work ethics. And it has been a great exposure for all these teams to participate in this tournament.
See, the important thing as far as I'm concerned, Marina, is the fact that you play here, then you go back, and if you don't, just keep doing what you should do, or you just have an interval and restart. That's not going to help.
You also need to give them the credit too, because they played the qualifiers, the Asia Premier League, and they had to go through the system to win matches to ensure they get an opportunity to qualify to play the Women's Asia Cup. We'll come back to that. 55 for 4.
Next game coming up, the last of the preliminary round, Sri Lanka versus Thailand, on air at 6:30. Game starts at 7. Sri Lanka, of course, in very good form at the moment. Oh, that has to be easy. It's a little bit too easy for Shorna. She gets her first wicket. Malaysia, half of the side gone.
Just trying to stay on the back foot. Trying to loft it, probably trying to work it into the onside, leading edge, and an easy catch taken. Hasn't been a good day for Rena Najwa. No, neither in the field nor in terms of batting. Another one down, and Malaysia, the half side, is back in the dugout. And Najwa gone on 4, 55 for 5, Malaysia.
.55 for 5. And this is over number 15, so just 5 overs to go. Malaysia is not even close, 137 of 35 balls. Isa Elisa is the new batter, again 50 matches. That low order seemed to be a little bit thin when it comes to batting. Average under 5 for Isa Elisa. So slip in for the leg spinner, Shorna.
That's one of the reasons why they need to assess and understand the top 3 batters will need to perform well. You know, this is soft dismissal. Straight back to the bowler. Beaten by the flight, going off the back foot. Again, this turn and bounce. It's not easy. There's a purchase for the spinners. And they're quality spinners. Don't forget that. There you go. Not in a position. And then it's straight back to the bowler.
They are facing quality spinners, and that makes the job even harder when you look at the Malaysian squad. They only have 2 spinners. They haven't been really exposed to quality spin or good spinners who can keep check going on for the batters. So the batters would have definitely lacking the skills in terms of how to counter good spinners on surfaces like these.
One ball to go in the over. Malaysia's run rate is under 4, 3.78. They needed to go at 9.6, which was almost impossible. Last ball of the over. Dot to end the over, 15 done. Malaysia, 5 to go, are 56 for 5.
Almost there. Bangladesh is closing out the game. Malaysia, it's been hard work for them. Take these lessons forward. Their next challenge. Rabia would love to add to her wickets. She picked up in the last game. One of only 2 bowlers who haven't yet opened their account. And that'll change now. Simple, easy as you like from Rabia. 4 in the last game, and here's 1 more today as Malaysia lose their 6th.
Really difficult to play this type of shot against the speed that Rabia bowls at. Couldn't get through the shot early enough, top edge, and well, who can you trust more than yourself? Cotton bowled, so she gets her first wicket of the day. Malaysia, as they continue to try and score runs, lose another. Asia Lisa goes for 1 from 5. Malaysia 56 for 6.
Hey, you are lefty? Hey, lefty! Yeah.
Swabika Manivanan in at number 8. Left arm swing bowler. Debuted in the first game of this tournament. So earned herself a bit of a batting promotion as Swabika. Well, they won the leg by. Non-striker was quick. They make it safely.
That's when you just have to listen to the call. She was looking everywhere for the ball, but the call had come from the non-striker. Just listen to her. They threw the wrong end anyway. She was well short of her ground at the non-strikers, but they threw it at the keeper's end, and Mahira had taken off nice and quickly. No chance for the run out.
Just teaching them a lesson or two on their way out of the tournament. Bangladesh, among the many lessons in the game, non-strikers do not leave their ground before they're entitled to.
I think a lot of work needs to be done in terms of the batting department, because on most occasion you can see that, especially when the spin is on, they're taking the wrong options, playing against the spin again. A leg spinner for a right-hander, you need to play with the spin. Maybe the better option is to play on the offside. Yes, that's the wrong option. And it's just not one batter. We've seen it more than one batter trying to play in similar fashion. This time around, it's a genuine edge. It still doesn't travel to the boundary.
Yeah, they'll take their lessons from this tournament. They entered Women's Asia Cup 2024 as the lowest ranked team. Got here as a result of finishing second in the ACC Women's Premier Cup to the UAE. Still in search of their first win. Came close against Thailand. Closest they've gotten. Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Obviously a different level of opposition. It always takes longest to get your batters up to that standard. Bowlers have shown promise in bits and pieces. I think the fielding is where they'd be disappointed, really disappointed. That's the one thing you can do no matter where your rank. And still a number of young players on this side. One of the 16-year-olds has just gotten off the mark. It's 61 for 6. Well, the road to the final is nearly filled up. India and Pakistan from Group A. Bangladesh look good. Secure could likely be the runner-up Group B spot, which means an India-Bangladesh semi-final. Still haven't signed off on all of that. We'll need for proceedings to be completed later this evening. Looks like the Big Four will be in action come the 26th of July. Final at 3 p.m. Set your alarms and reminders. Shorna.
Day off for us tomorrow, Isabella. I believe you've made some plans for tomorrow.
Don't put me on the spot with names. Oh, yes. Well, hopefully. Main thing is to get today done, and then we can focus on tomorrow. It's been a long 6 days. Lots and lots of teams, lots and lots of cricket. I'm sure we won't be quite as tired as these players, but nearly.
Thing with Athar Ali Khan is he gets the VIP rosters. So he came in day before, worked next day. Yesterday he had a day off. Today he's working. Tomorrow he's got a day off.
Shahid the non-strikers in. Derek hit would have been interesting. They come back for the second.
So he had a day off yesterday. Let me ask Athar what he did on his day off so we can have some ideas now that we finally have one tomorrow. Is he, Joyce? Took 2 out of this. As this innings goes on. Reveal all, Athar. How does the great Athar Ali Khan spend his days off?
Well, I had an opportunity to catch up with the head coach of Bangladesh team. I managed to play cricket together back domestic competition back home, and good to catch up with him. And we did manage to go to Sigiriya, the rock. The team was traveling, and we also went along. It's a really good spot. One of the tourist attractions.
What's it like up the top?
It looked very good from bottom down.
So you did not make the climb?
I did not.
He left that to the Bangladesh team. They were toiling away. You just watch them head up. In keeping with your relaxed way of living right now.
Now, big shot attempted. And into open space she goes. Well, it's worked wonders for them. Little workout in between. Charged. Put in a dominant performance today. Highest ever team total in the Asia Cup for Bangladesh. 3 overs to go in the game. 65 for 6. Where's the elevator in that rock? I don't see it, I'm not going. Athar Ali Khan was just surveying the bottom. Bangladesh team, not that rock. Wonderful sights for tourists in this part of the world.
Well, if the Bangladesh team climbed it yesterday and put in this performance tomorrow, we're definitely going up tomorrow because we'll put in a great performance semi-final day.
Well, they need to climb an even higher rock then as practice for the semi-final. They will have a high challenge. Yeah, it is just, it's heaven on earth is Sri Lanka. Seen a few elephants. I'm sure the Malaysian team has also at least enjoyed their time here off the field, even though it's been hard work on it. Brilliant. Elephant safaris. Ambula, part of the central provinces. Known for the historic Royal Dambula cave. That's nicely done. It's helped on its way. And it's got the pace to go for 4. So Mahira has picked up her second boundary.
This is an excellent shot because Rumana Ahmed is the slowest leg spinner on show. So to get that pace in the shot took a lot of skill. She had to wait a long time so that she could get the wrists to work. The wrists did all of that work for her. Just about had enough power to get it to the boundary. There was a third in place, but the placement was perfect and she deserved that boundary.
Yeah, talking about sightseeing and the lovely roads, going over to visit a few places. Dambula has been excellent. Sri Lanka all around. Takes your breath away. Some lovely spots. And you talk about elephants. You mentioned about going to elephant safari. Even if you don't, you get the sight of an elephant on the side of the road while traveling from back and forth from our hotel to the stadium. There's so much to do. some stunning lakes. I remember Hunas Falls.
Yeah, very grateful to the elephants of Dambola that they were on the side of the road, not in our way. 70 for 6. Two overs to go for Malaysia in this tournament, and for Bangladesh to complete what would be commanding win. Skilled, high quality batters firing, bowlers backing them up. It's a good response. And these games against Thailand and Malaysia couldn't have come at a better time for a team that's the tough 2024 in this format. Just the fact that the streak is over, habit of winning is back in the dressing room. Come the semi-finals, maybe more.
I was just thinking perhaps Jahanara Alam would have completed her full quota of overs. They still have one more over to bowl after this over. Maybe perhaps she might be lucky enough to get another over, another go at the opposition. Because you would want someone like Jahanara Alam to be in a good frame of mind. Yes, she was a touch expensive. She did pick up a wicket in the very first over. They bowled 3 overs, 1 for 18.
She's a senior player. She's probably tired after the rock climb, Athar. And she might just get an over next. I was interested that Nigar Sultana Jyoti said Maruf Akhtar's been rested. So that tells us who she thinks and the management thinks the first choice seamer is. Bangladesh seem quite content to play one specialist seamer and Rutumoni as additional seam option if needed.
It turns out to be in healthy competition if someone gets an opportunity to play and does well. Because you cannot really relax the one who's been rested. If she does well, then she's right behind on her toes. Don't let your guard down. If you do, then I get in.
I'm a big fan of... and taken. Well, there is Jahanara Alam in the action. Senior pro takes a sharp catch, running in from short third. Jasmine has her first of the afternoon.
Never easy, these types of catches. It'll be swirling. It was in front of her, got in perfect position. Have a look at the elbows. Just pushes them out as she lands. That makes sure she keeps hold of the ball. The captain appreciates the skill, appreciates the wicket as well. Jasmine gets rid of the 7th Malaysia batter, Mahira Asati Ismail. Well, 15 from 25. She goes, and Malaysia are 72 for 7.
Yeah, 7 wickets done and dusted. Game nearly completed. Jasmine, nice of her to have a wicket in just her second game. That brings Siafika out to the middle. She herself debuted in the previous game. Dismissed first ball. I'm a big fan, just making the point of the batch of the under-19s that have made it to the senior side. This Maruf Akhtar, Dilara, the top, Shorna, Rabea. You could see how they all just have had an impact this tournament. Now this is an opportunity. If Jasmine can throw down the stumps. As it turns out, Siafika has her first international run. 19 gone, 73 for 7.
Yeah, it was thanks to that wonderful knock from Murshida Khatun, managed to score 80, and then Jyoti adding 62 to post that total of 191. This is how she batted. She batted beautifully. Remember, she picked up a 50 in the previous match. And she had all the shots in the book to pick up those boundaries. One of her strong area was the onside. Anything short on the offside was put away, and then this big 6 right from the middle part of the bat. Excellent knock. Outstanding. And she'll be happy, and so will be Bangladesh. Remember, she's got a number 75 at the back. Remember, they will take on India in the semi-final, and they would want Murshida to do something special. There you go. She gets the last over. Jahanara Alam to complete a full quota of 4 overs.
Good to see she's got a new headband. That's changed since my day. It was a long time ago. I'm glad to see she's got a new one, because it wouldn't be looking too great. There it is, 191 for 2. Malaysia was on the receiving end of some good power hitting. They really accelerated in the second half of their innings today, Bangladesh. That's the other thing that they'll be pleased about. The rate at which they were able to put the foot on the gas once they'd laid those foundations. There she is, Murshida Khatun, top scorer, and her top scorer.
Yeah, the total of 191. We see that Shayab, the non-striker, is also a Bangladesh team highest in the Women's Asia Cup. Second highest all-time in Asia Cup. India right at the top, 201. Sri Lanka also 184. Hello, Roshan.
Hello, Atta. Yep, it's a good performance. Some top performers. In fact, interestingly, all those top performers have come this year in the 2024 Women's Asia Cup. Also speaks volumes of how good the surfaces are at Dambulla. They're left with 4 balls in the innings. Malaysia, they need 118 more runs. 117 now, and that's how much the disparities between the two sides. Bangladesh has dominated, whether it bat in hand or field or ball. They've been very good in this game.
Yeah, they have. And what'll be in the back of their mind was the first game that they played. They lost pretty badly to Sri Lanka in that first one. Lost by 7 wickets, 17 balls remaining. Only able to get 111 for 8 in their 20 overs. They're going to need to do a lot better than that against India in the semi-final.
Swing and a miss. I think this confidence will help them. They're carrying a big win into the semi-final. Lots of positive memories, positive energy in the side. And they will obviously go with their heads held high. It will be a good game. It will be a tight game, I assume.
And with the batters also among the runs, Jyoti picking up a 50, 62 unbeaten today. Back-to-back 50s for Murshida Khatun. Adds value to the top order, adds value to the batting department. And the spinners have done well also. So they're getting their act together at the right time. Not a great start to this campaign. But definitely they're looking a much better side, more organized. It seems that they've started to have that self-belief going stronger.
Let's look at that last delivery. Possibly sliding down the leg side. So not given. Yeah, India is an awesome side. They're a very strong side, the top side. Bangladesh will be up against it, but it's about how they play on the day. So they will always take comfort out of that. So dot to end. In fact, they run. I think that has to be tight. That has to be tight. She will refer it. Underarm striking the stumps. Let's see.
And no surprise to see smiles on the Bangladesh faces. They've won this game. It's just about by how many wickets or how many runs, I suppose. Is it a run or is it not, is the question. It is. And it isn't. So they've lost another one. The 8th wicket goes down, 77 for 8. Good from the wicketkeeper. She was going to run it to the stumps, I think, and then realised she had to let go of the ball to affect the run out.
So it should be out here, and Malaysia should finish on 77 for 8 in 20 overs. Bangladesh winning by 114 runs. It's a good win. It will help them in their net run rate, and above all, their confidence level will be very, very high. Momentum with them. And this is the winning moment, the run out. It was not at all challenging for them. It was a fairly easy victory, but they needed this workout. They needed this confidence booster before the big game coming up, the semi-final against India. She'll be very happy, Jyoti, with the way her team responded with the bat in hand after she won the toss and decided to bat. And when they came out to bowl, they fielded and bowled extremely well.
Dominating performance from Bangladesh, and it should stand them in good stead because they will take on India in the semi-final after the day rest tomorrow. It's the day after tomorrow when all eyes will be on both the semi-finals. Nigar Sultana, Jyoti, quite pleased with the performance.
Thank you, sir.
And it's always a nice feeling, isn't it, Isabel, to have someone like the skipper having the trust with the team and ensuring that they have not only batted well but also bowled well. To bowl in that manner and giving away only 77 runs in the 20 overs they bowled, and also picking up 8 wickets.
They batted so beautifully today, but there's no doubt that bowling is the strength for Bangladesh. When they come up against India, that's what they'll be hoping will fire even more, because if they can keep India quiet with ball in hand, they do have a chance. But they do have to make sure that India don't get the scores we've seen throughout this tournament. 77 for 8 was a difficult day for Malaysia. They came out with bat in hand, looking to make something of themselves, but unfortunately, first delivery, Jahanara Alam back into the team and back amongst the wickets. There were chances throughout. Elsa Hunter, the bright spot. She was the best to watch out there, and I think we're going to see a big future ahead of her. She's one to keep your eye on going forward, but she couldn't stay out there for long enough. This one where she was looking to go leg side, quick thinking from the heat after. Excellent catch. Their fielding was really good, Bangladesh. That's the other thing they're going to be happy about. They were energetic in the field, athletic as well. Something they've added in the last number of years is that athleticism, is the younger players coming in. The spinners did well. Ritu Moni, just the one over for her, but she got a wicket in there. And Nahida Akhtar, as she always does, takes wickets consistently. They did manage to bat the 20 overs, Malaysia, but it was hard going. Lost wickets consistently. And as I said, the catching has been perfect from Bangladesh. Their energy, they fought right to the end. They didn't give any free runs to Malaysia. That's a good catch from Jahanara Alam, diving forward. Always difficult, those ones, and she came back on in the end. The wicket doesn't go to her, but it does go to the team as the final wicket came on the final delivery, the run out. 77 for 8.
Quite a few bowlers used, and all of them very good. A good workout. The top 3 bowling 4 overs, Rabia bowling 3, and also Sharna getting in 3 overs. An over each for Ritu Moni and Rumana Ahmed. But it's a good workout overall for Bangladesh as they win quite convincingly. 191 for 2 is what they got, with Murshida Khatun making 80, Nigar Sultan Jyoti making 62, and Malaysia in reply 77 for 8. Bangladesh winning by 114 runs. And right, let's take a look at the points table with this win by Bangladesh. Surely their net run rate has to improve, and that's what has happened. They're almost 2 runs the net run rate. They are on 4 points with 3. Sri Lanka on the top of the tree. Malaysia is yet till they finished without any win. So that's the story. We're going to take a short break.
Well, we witnessed yet another dominating performance from a strong team in this Women's Asia Cup 2024 as Bangladesh end their group stage campaign with a win of 114 runs against Malaysia. Welcome to the post-match presentation of the Women's Asia Cup 2024. The Asian Cricket Council would like to thank the broadcaster Star Sports, the sponsors, and all other government organizations and authorities, and everyone involved in the smooth conduct of this match. Might I first now introduce the presentation party. We're delighted to have among us Mr. Mahinda Vallipuram, Director of the ICC and Chairman of Development Committee, Asian Cricket Council, and Mr. Mohammad Iqbal Ali bin Qasim Ali, President, Malaysian Cricket Association. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your presence here. If I could first invite Winifred Duraisingham, the captain of Malaysia, for a chat. Winnie, another tough game, but playing a strong, high-ranked opposition. What were your lessons and takeaways from this experience?
I think this is a great experience for all the girls. We have a young squad, and I hope they learn something from here and bring back, and they get more exposure and take something back from this tournament.
As we look at your entire campaign, we can understand batting, bowling, you're facing tough teams. Fielding, would you have liked to do better in that aspect with the catches dropped and the chances missed?
Of course, we didn't do well in all three departments actually, but I hope the girls learn something from this tournament and go back and do and reflect back and come back strong for the next tournaments.
You've been a senior player, but you also have a lot of young players in your squad. We saw 3 15, 16-year-old players. Elsa Hunter's also just 19. Is the future bright for Malaysian cricket?
Yeah, we've got a lot of youngsters in the team, and I hope this is a great opportunity for them and they take and grab something from this tournament, because it's not easy for them to get a chance to play in this Asia Cup against big teams, and I hope they'll get something from this tournament.
Well, we've enjoyed watching you on the field, and good luck for all your endeavors going forward, Winnie.
Thank you so much.
Winifred Duraisingham, the captain of Malaysia. It's now time to award the player of the match. And for her 80 of 59, she will receive a trophy and a check. It's Murshida Khatun of Bangladesh. Mr. Mahinda Vallipuram will present her with a trophy. Wonderful batting by Murshida. And Mr. Mohammad Iqbal Ali bin Qasim Ali will present her with a check of $750 US. Well done to Murshida Khatun, 80 of 59, 10 fours and a 6, striking at 135. And could I also invite to facilitate the chat the Bangladesh captain Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Murshida, very well batted, highest score in T20Is. How do you feel?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ খুবই ভালো লাগতেছে যে টি20তে এটাই আমার হাইয়েস্ট স্কোর আলহামদুলিল্লাহ
She's saying like thanks to Almighty Allah, and she's getting the high score for the Bangladesh, so she's happy.
You got a 50 in the last game as well. This one you were striking at 135. Are you feeling more confident now as a batter?
Yes, semi-final match, next match, so confidence.
Yeah, before semi-final she's getting that, so she's very confident.
And you and Dilara at the top seem to be a very good partnership with each other. Last game there was a run out, but have you worked on that in this one? Do you like batting with each other?
ওর সাথে আমার আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং আগের থেকেই ভালো ছিল, বাট আগের ম্যাচটা একটু প্রবলেম হচ্ছিল, বাট টুডে
Tell me what you said.
She has a very good understanding with Dilara because they've been batting for a long time together. So, but there is a miscommunication in the last game, but today she was enjoying batting.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite shot from today? Was it the 6?
cover drive.
Okay, the cover drive.
The cover
You're a
drive.
classical batter. Thank you very much and well done, Murshida. All the best for the semi-final. Murshida Khatun. Now, Nigar Sultana Jyoti is first going to fulfill her responsibilities to collect the check for the winning team from Mr. Mahinda Vallipuram of USD 2,000. Thank you, Mr. Vallipuram. And Jyoti, now if we can have a chat on the performance. Back-to-back wins now after what's been a tough year in 2024, where Bangladesh had not won in T20Is. Is the mood better now in the camp?
So definitely, winning is always feeling good, I think, and how the batters actually batted today. So definitely it's a very crucial game for us because if we had to qualify for the semis, then we had to win this game. So yeah, definitely.
What are you most pleased about in these last two games?
I think consistency by the batters, especially Mushida, she was scoring 50 and today also achieved a very good score. And by the bowlers, how they bowled and they were very consistent, especially Nahida, Rabea. So I'm very happy about that.
Let's look ahead to the semi-final, possibly against India, a team that you played a lot of with recently at home. Do you think it's a different Bangladesh now and you're up for the challenge?
See, we are looking forward to play good cricket definitely, and we try to execute our game plan on there. So, but it depends on the particular day how we play. And I know, and I have believe in my team how capable they are. We all know that. We just need to give our 100% on that particular day, and we are looking forward for that.
And you yourself got some runs today. You enjoyed yourself with a quick fire 60.
Yeah, definitely. I think I always love doing batting, but in this kind of surface, I think ball coming into the bat very nicely, and Mushida was hitting from the other hand, so I was like, yeah, this is going to be my chance, so I can do that also.
Today you decided not to take the gloves and give it to
Yeah,
Dilara.
I think Dilara doing a great job with the gloves because she's a very good, wonderful wicket keeper, but couldn't get the chance for me sometimes just because of me. So I said to coach and actually force him to give the gloves to Dilara. Then she will feel confidence also.
Well, you take all the calls. Thank you very much, Nigar
Thank
Sultana
you.
Jyoti. Good luck for the semi-final and well done today. Bangladesh with a convincing win, and that wraps things up from down here.
Indeed, a convincing win for Bangladesh. And the next game coming up live at 6:30 local time will be Sri Lanka versus Thailand. The game starts at 7 p.m. So that is the next big game. The last game of the preliminary round. So we're going to take a break. Don't go too far away. It is 7 o'clock, Sri Lanka versus Thailand.
Catch.